Oh, the transition is so amazing.
It is so clean.
Alrighty, so here we go. We're back. Another day of League, as we all love to say. There's going to be so much content today. I'm so excited. It's going to be all day League. We got a game right now going on at 12, and we also have another game at 3 p.m. But this first game, though, is like, it's really serious.
Yeah.
This is like, it's gonna be a brawl from what the coach said, and this one matters to whoever wins this one. So whoever will get the highest seed in the bracket. So I'm excited.
I thought it was like a battle for like third seed or something like that.
Yeah, it's a battle
I
for
think
third seed.
we're like, I think they're at third and we're at fourth, and if we beat them, then we'll be at third.
Yep. So I want to be third seed. It's
That would be cool.
Well, they need to do it for my birthday present. Honestly, like
That's
they
true.
have to win for my birthday. It is what it is. So.
If they don't win on your birthday, like, I don't
Oh,
know.
I'll cry. I'll cry on stream. I will cry on. I'll make a fuss. I'll make a scene. I'll let it be known. But here we go. We have everybody's just kind of joining the lobby right now, and so we should be starting soon.
Yep. I think we're just waiting on one more person, probably.
Yeah, waiting on one more person, but I can't wait to see what these team comps sort of do, because from what I'm just talking with the guys, the other team that we're going against, they have this they tend to play towards top side a lot, because they really like their top side player, and he's kind of like the carry. And so I was telling Kai, I was like, bro, you just gotta survive. If you just survive until like level 6 and just let the team do their thing, because apparently they have a weaker bot side.
So if we can get our bot side.
Exactly. Bot side the snowball, then we'll be good to go.
And maybe, do you think we could see someone who scales up in the top lane?
I would love to.
Like on Kai, so that sitting back isn't going to, like, sitting back and then he'll be able to scale.
No, definitely,
and face off against their top laner who they're going to focus on.
They mentioned about Yorick possibly playing, because we might be seeing Olaf today. We might. We see their top laner. Plays a lot of Olaf, plays a lot of Jace, and plays some Jax, not really, but I don't want to see
like
Olaf.
he'd be able to comfortably play Jax.
Yeah, he'll definitely be able to play Jax, but I think that these bans are going to be towards that's going to be towards Kakid a little bit, because
definitely.
It's been like that for like the past like 2 games.
They're gonna target our boy.
Yeah, let's ban Darius, let's ban Malphite. Like, let's just not give him.
Let's get Sejuani out of here.
Yeah.
Let's
not give him any sort of flexibility at all, at all. But I'm excited to see the Elise jungle. I love routes on Elise jungle. It's amazing.
Oh, that brings me back to the first Elise game.
Oh my gosh, it was just
satisfying. Also just running around the map, just
everything was
annihilating
done.
everybody. It was so good.
It was just amazing. It was the tower diving, and then like you E out, and you're invincible. Like,
can't do anything about that.
Oh, what a character! What a character! I'm not mad that she ruins my games. I'm not mad at all. It's okay. It's okay.
No, I don't see a lot of Eluses in my elo, so
no,
I'm lucky enough.
I every time I see them, I lose. It's just like, all right, it's once in a blue moon. I get a bunch of Maokai. Maokai is definitely going to be banned. I get that confirmed from Point Park. They don't want anything. They want to do anything with Maokai, even though they've nerfed Maokai a bunch. They're like, no,
we don't want to see this.
The team fight is too strong for it to get objectives and stuff. It's just there's no reason to.
But ASOL is also on the table this game. I don't know if we'll be seeing it from the enemy team.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's on the table is terrifying.
Yeah, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of ASOL, because there's been many games, even games I've played in my elo, to where they don't play ASOL, but because of how nasty ASOL is, they pick him, and then he scales, and then it's game over because it's ASOL.
It's over.
So.
And it looks like we got that Maokai ban that you were talking about. We ain't dealing with him.
Yeah, we got to get him out of here. We're not dealing with the Maokai today. Oh, yeah, the Jarvan ban. Okay, that's different. Routes has been playing Jarvan lately, so.
But that does leave our Elise open for now.
Exactly, Elise open. And if they don't ban Darius, then that's it. Like,
okay.
I want to see Kakid's Darius again. That was a certain type of spice to his gameplay when he plays Darius. They banned Kassadin, Now this is interesting because their director, what is our other team's name? I did not look at it.
Are they like
Brown. All right, Brown. Brown. Okay. Ah,
Brown University?
Alrighty. All right. I'm sorry about that. Brown University. They banned Wukong, which that's an interesting ban.
That's also targeted for routes, I think.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, definitely targeted for routes because I do not recall Kakid playing Wukong. So the
And the
Jax
Jax
ban.
ban,
Wow.
that's what you were talking about too.
Alrighty, wow. The Jax ban. I for sure thought that it was. I was so confident that it was going to be an Olaf, man. But we're gonna deal with the Olaf.
Maybe we're gonna
Hopefully.
try and get Olaf on Kakid.
Oh, they banned.
Tristana.
Wow, they banned Tristana,
That's unfortunate.
and that's one of Kai's comfort picks. He's really good on Tristana.
I mean, we even seen it last week,
Mm.
and we got the Elise pick
Got
first.
the Elise pick. That's great. Game over. GG's. We go next. That Elise pick is gonna be dangerous.
I am so excited though.
I think they're gonna pick the Lulu. Coach did mention that they do
Play a lot of enchanters.
yes, they do. Yeah, they do play enchanters as long as well with we have the Sejuani pick. Brown University's jungler likes to play a lot of tank picks, and so here we go. We have routes picking. Hopefully you can pick.
Who we gonna pick? I am excited.
The Ash support. Ash support.
It's possible.
Yo, is that Ash
Is
support?
that gonna be our Lee Sin mid?
Yes, I want to see.
Are we gonna see Lee Sin
I want to
mid?
see the Lee Sin mid actually. I want to see the Lee Sin mid. He's been playing a lot of Lee Sin mid recently.
He was talking about it to me before the game. He was like, "I'm thinking about going for the Lee Sin
Oh
mid."
yeah, he's confident.
I'm excited for Lee Sin mid.
We have Lee Sin mid. Ash
Maybe?
support. This
Maybe?
is
No.
Nautilus.
Nautilus.
Okay, so this is actually Ash ADC. Okay, all right.
There could be Nautilus top. Let's not.
Nautilus top. That's
We
now
gotta
you're
include
getting
those
a
off
little,
metas.
Now you're getting a little too much in the weeds right now. We're
It's
showing our low.
possible.
We're showing our low
It's
elo right
possible.
now. We're showing them our low elo right now. They're saying that we cannot say that. But now it's going to be Kog'Maw and maybe Kog'Maw, and
Kog'Maw.
Lulu into Ash and Nautilus. And to be honest, I think Ash and Nautilus they win that lane at 6. It's just that's so much crowd control.
That is. And they got rid of Kakid's Malphite.
Yeah, that breaks my heart. That breaks my heart because they were planning on picking. I mean, Malphite was going to be the play or one of the plays, but they banned the Olaf, which I love to see. You don't want to do it, Olaf. Olaf can go 0 and freaking 7, and at like 15 minutes, all of a sudden he has like 5 kills.
Oh,
And
and
they
they banned the
banned Lee
Lee
Sin.
Sin.
Wow.
We should have picked Lee Sin.
They banned
We
Lee
should have
Sin?
picked that.
No,
Lee
it's
Sin.
okay. It's okay because I know what they're gonna pick. They're gonna pick Ari because Highway's Ari is impeccable. It's unmatched. The
we
Vigor
banned
band,
the-
love that. Some really good bands by both teams right now. It's almost as
Mm-hmm.
if they're trying to read each other's play style and try to counter their play style.
But let's see who Brown University is going to be picking next.
Now, this 4th and this 5th pick are going to be very, very important for both teams. The Jace pick,
Jace.
all right.
I think Coach was saying that their mid laner plays a lot of top laners as well.
Yes.
So that could easily be Jace mid or Jace top, but I don't think we're going to know which one is which
Yeah.
until we get into the loading screens.
From what I've seen from Brown University, the top lane plays a lot of Jason. We're gonna possibly have a Yorick pick.
Oh?
Or all right, now I think they're just flashing to mess with me. I don't. Yeah. Funny, nice one. But it's going to be Yorick.
They were thinking about that Nautilus top. We're going to get someone else in the support. We're thinking about
my
not
goodness.
top.
And last pick. We're going to see Ari. I'm pretty sure. Ari would be the or it's one of Highway's picks, and he did really well. Last league game with Ari. So.
Let's see what we get. And there she is. There's our Ari.
Yep. I love to see it. And this mid lane. Prague University's picking their mid lane now.
Well, we don't know that yet.
If it's a Jace mid lane, that would be. I wouldn't be bad because Jace is really good right now. So.
And he has the ability to change into a more of a ranged champ to go against that Ari.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. The Camille,
Camille.
really? Wow,
That's
that's
I
different.
could be wrong, but I definitely feel like we're gonna be seeing that Jace mid. Yep,
Yeah, definitely gonna be
right
Jason
there.
mid. Was not expecting Camille. Definitely wasn't expecting Camille top, just because I. Wow. Okay. All right. So it's gonna be Camille into York, Elise into Tejuani, which honestly I think Elise will bully Sejuani when it comes to. I believe when it comes to ganks, I think just Elise has more ganking potential with that. There's Ari and Jace. That's gonna be it's gonna be a weird matchup, but I think if Ari just plays safe, gets first item, rotates to bot
Hmm.
lane, because I mean, if bot lane gets snowballed, and you have a fed ass and a fed Nautilus,
It's over.
it's over. The game's over. Just bot side is Point Park has a very strong bot side right now, like a very very strong bot side. I mean, Kog'Maw and Lulu in that early laning phase, it's gonna
It's a
be
little
it's gonna be
difficult.
tough. Yeah, it's gonna be really tough. And so now we're going to a spectator delay. So you have to hear our beautiful voices for 3 minutes. I'm sorry, but I say this all the time. You gotta just get used to it if you're a regular here. I have a hat, have a very cool hat that I'm wearing for my birthday. So you can grace the hat. There's a fish on it. If you go to Disney World, you go to like it's like somewhere around there, and you can get a hat like this. It's pretty cool. But anyways, um, I want to see a Fed Elise again.
I do want to see a Fed
Yeah,
Elise.
it's satisfying to watch a Fed Elise just go around and just one shot throughout the entire map. Same with Ari. Like I love seeing Ari rotate and then they hit the charm. Like Highway hit some very good charms like last game. Like there was a time to where the mid laner was right on the edge of escaping the gank, but then Ari just hits that pivotal charm, and then boom, it's
It's
a
over.
kill,
It's all
and
over.
yes,
Also, I am now realizing our team has a lot of CC.
I do.
We
It
got
is nice.
we got the Yorick cage,
Yep,
the Elise stun, the Ari charm,
it's crazy.
Ashe ult, and just her auto attacks being slows, and the Nautilus hook and knockup.
And there's only so much. There's only so many ults that you can dodge until someone eventually is gonna hit one, and especially when Nautilus. That's a guaranteed CC. I mean,
Oh,
oh my god, you can't do anything
absolutely.
about it. You can even flash it, and he still hits you with the R. So Nautilus R is just. I mean, Nautilus in general right now is just really strong. But then again, if Kog'Maw gets fed along with the Lulu, I mean that's a lot of poke damage in bot lane as well. And then also you have the passive when Kog'Maw dies to maybe secure some lingering kills. So bot lane's I'm very excited to see just what happens in bot lane. And I've never seen our guy Kai play Ashe ADC before. So I'm just excited to see that, just how he plays, his play style with Ash, and you also have that extra vision
Mhm.
with, I believe it's Ash's
E.
E.
It's the E.
Yeah, it's the E with the
Hawk
bird.
shot.
Yeah, hawk shot. Yeah, exactly. You have the hawk shot there, to where she can, I mean, practically scan the entire map to see if there's ganks, to see if their enemy is on the objectives. So I think having that extra vision as well is going to really help off Point Park when it comes to, for fighting
Oh,
for
absolutely.
objectives.
Especially up towards top side, because you said they're going to try and focus top side more. If we can get a hawk
Exactly.
shot up towards like top jungle and everything, we can kind of see where they're going to kind of
Exactly. To play for
make
that
sure
info.
Kakita is going to be all right and for the ganks.
And I'm excited to see just how these junglers are going to path, because you have Elise, you could go for the level 3 gank, or nah, not level 2, level 3 gank, but then you also have Sejuani, where Sejuani can do an early gank as well, just because it's Sejuani. It's a slow fast.
I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing another top invade.
Oh, I hope not.
It would be funny.
Yeah, I would just shake my head. Like, I'm not on the camera right now. Well, I am on the camera right now, but I
But
would
you won't be
literally.
on the camera
Oh
then.
yeah, I won't be on the camera right now when that happens. I would just shake my. I will be like this. I'll be like, oh, that's no, that's just you ruined the mental. Like nice one, man. I swear to ruin the mental, but it seems like the game should be starting soon.
Yep.
Players players are still in the loading screen. The daunting loading screen of League is. You gotta wait there for like 30 minutes. But you know what's weird? You wait there for 30 minutes when you're actually waiting for the loading screen, but when you actually go to the restroom, and come back, it's like
It's
it
like
loads up. Yeah.
it's like 2 seconds.
Yeah, and it's
over.
already
It's like,
a minute 20 in. Waves are coming. It's like what just happened?
wait, what are we seeing down here, bot side?
I have no idea what's
Are we
happening.
doing a
bot side,
bot
but,
invade?
This is wow. So it's going to be an absolute.
Okay, I like the way this is looking. I'm not going to lie.
This is crazy because I mean, even coach even mentioned that they want to play in this bot side. They want to. Oh,
we
my
get the
God,
He,
Kog'Maw just has no
and
room.
first blood goes to Elise.
So Elise too. Oh my gosh, this happened last game. Gil. Elise got those early picks and it was over. Build up the Dark Seal. Build up with you get one book for like 35 ability. No, 25 ability power. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. But I mean, you get that early burst damage, and it's hard. And especially in bot lane, since Brown University does not have any tankiness, Elise can come in there, nuke, and then head on out, and it's a wrap.
Absolutely.
So this is it's gonna be dangerous. Elise already going into 1 kill, and now the game is finally starting. Let's go. Let's get some league. Let's get the league in. I don't know if that's a word.
Oh, Jace is trying to go in on the Ahri, but she got the charm on him. Does not look.
Seems like some very, very aggressive.
That's very
trades
intense.
Right now. And Jace just did not care for Ahri's waves. Just wanted to kite her.
Just went in. That's going to be a very intense mid lane. It looks like Jace is even going back in on the Ahri right now.
Wow.
But Elise is coming up. Ralt is coming up for the Jace. Ahri flashes in and
with the flash charm, gets the cleanse though. Oh, but
the
that is
only
still the
stun
kill.
on the Jace.
Jace is still
The
level 1.
electrocuted proc, and Jace is dead. Another kill goes to Ralt.
Yep, that's unfortunate.
2-0 at 2 minutes.
And it's so funny. We were even looking at it. We were like, yeah, it's a little bit odd. Like Jace is playing really, really far. I mean, disregarded the waves, and I mean, waves do a lot of damage in this early game. Like, you don't want to get hit by that. And then he also didn't get the level 2 pop, which I think that's what Jace was playing for right there. It just, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Look at this beautiful Yorick skin right now. It's just, look at that. It's just a god. It's just, and this is quite literally, guys, this is the epitome of going against a Yorick. This is a Yorick matchup. You're walking and you're farming the entire time. Hopefully you dodge the dust, but if you don't, then it's over.
And there's not much you can do about that.
Exactly. There we go. I mean,
looks like we got Kog'Maw a little bit scared to walk up right
now,
now, which
definitely.
I would be as well.
I don't blame him. But there's only so many hooks that you can avoid until Nautilus gets to level 6.
That is absolutely
and then
true.
Also
and that
Nautilus has that auto attack as well with the root. It's
so awful.
Oh, this is an awful lane to play against in general. It's gonna be very. It's gonna rely a lot on Kog'Maw to just try and just farm in peace and just to survive until you can get some leeway with Sejuani.
But we got them also pushed up. It looks like Not is going to start doing a little bit of roaming. Is he going mid lane? Are we going to bully this poor Jace?
Oh, I feel bad for the Jace. It's just they're not going to let him play the game. Oh, no, it seemed like they were just playing for vision, which isn't a bad play. Really, really good. No, this is a great play. I mean, you don't want to give Sejuani any sort of ganks at all.
It looks like Sejuani is looking to come mid lane onto our Ahri, but Elise is going down towards bot.
The dash flash from Ahri right there was quite a play, but it was unfortunately a misplay by them, so that's time wasted by Sejuani, unfortunately.
Look up at the mini map and what's going on in mid lane.
Oh my goodness!
Nautilus and Elise are just waiting there for something to happen. It looks like they're going to go in. Oh, I so wish we could see that right now.
Jace is getting out of there.
I don't want to. It's like I don't want to mess with that. I know there's a spider and a Seaman in there.
Oh my goodness, that was gonna look terrifying. But now,
Elise and Nautilus are going back down to the bot lane. Elise throws her stun out, but it misses the Lulu. It jumps in. Oh, that Lulu's health was just tanked.
But a great play by Brown University. They look for these ganks and now they're playing a little bit more safe, but it doesn't avoid Elise from having full sorcerer boots, which now you have a little bit of that penetration going into the early game when nobody has items or defenses for that.
And we got a couple trades going on in the top lane.
Oh, the Yorick matchup.
And Elise invading the Sejuani's jungle. Ahri gets the charm off on the Jace and throws the Q out. Jace's health bar has been tanked, and they're both very, very low on mana. I'm not sure that there's much anybody else can do, but I feel like if that Jace tries to dive that
so that's gonna
leaves with the stun on the Sejuani.
They're both low.
No, it wasn't Sejuani, that was Kog'Maw.
But
Kog'Maw goes back in to try and get that passive off. But Elise gets away with the E.
Oh my goodness. Oh, what a play now. Elise leaves
3-0.
Oh my gosh. What a play by Point Park, though. Just playing in the bot lane. They're just playing very, very disciplined. They're not getting too greedy. I mean, Ash kited the Nautilus, which gave Elise that kill, and having Elise being 3-0 before 10 minutes, and now she has Dark Seal along with the Sorcery Boots. It's dangerous. It is
so dangerous.
The snowball is starting to happen. It's small right now, but
Jace
it's starting
is
to get big.
all-inning on the Ahri, all-inning on Highway.
And Jace is just so aggressive right now. Could be a possible kill in mid lane, and Jace is going to look.
It does look like it.
Oh my goodness.
Elise comes around the corner, but it looks like Jace did see Ralts and is now backing off, which good play on his part, but that does suck for us because we don't. Oh, he's coming back.
Yeah, this Jace. Jace wants the kill. Jace definitely wants to play for the kill, but wasn't able to get the kill on Sejuani. It seems like she was going to pull up and try to get a gank as well. But now we have Mountain Drake spawning, and so hopefully we'll start to see some action. And they're trying to play for Vision. Brown University is trying to play for Vision right now, just to play for the Drake.
It looks like there's going to be a team fight in our bot jungle. They try and go in on Elise, but Elise just ease away. Sejuani goes back over to the wall.
Sejuani was really, really greedy for that kill and is probably going to die for it. Oh my goodness.
Ahri does get the Jace though, but the shutdown has gone to Sejuani.
Which this is very
from
good
Elise.
for Sejuani.
But it looks like Ashe is still going in there. Nautilus hits the hook on the...
Nautilus getting blazed. Ashe starting to hit really, really hard right now.
Oh, that Sejuani gets away with just a sliver of health, but that Lulu is not escaping. With the flash charm.
Lulu's not getting out of there.
Combo.
And it seems like it is going to be wow, and Kog'Maw is going to win that.
But we got Highway and Ribeiro down there to try and look at the Kog'Maw maybe? No, it looks like they're just going to control the wave, which is still a great move. I like how up in top lane they're both just minding their business, kind of getting their farm. They're doing trades, but like no one's winning, no one's losing. It's kind of just very chillaxed. And
we're starting to get online now though, because Camille has Sheen, and now we have Yorick with Tiamat. Yep, Tiamat. So we should see some action there as well. They're both level 6 as well. But let's go back to that just to that play in general. So Sejuani leaves with Shutdown Gold, which is fairly good with her, and also didn't die for it, so that's actually really, really good for her. But Ahri runs away with a kill, and also has a bounty, and now has I believe that's Old Testament, and has 4 stacks on Dark Seal. So it's good for Brown University, but now
and it looks like Brown University is looking at drag right now, but
but
it looks like we're gonna try and look at them too to try and steal that, maybe, possibly.
Point Park is definitely gonna
get the polymorph on the Nautilus, and they go in and they just leave the drag.
They're like, yep, let's grab this pick on Ahri while they get drag, and that's just going to be
Elise goes in onto the Lulu while Ahri is 1v1ing the Sejuani. We get the charm off, and it looks like Elise is going to get the...
It's like a whole other fight going on with Sejuani and Ahri right now.
And we get the double!
Double kill! Elise gets the double kill. Dude, it's bad. It's terrible. 5-1 Elise. This is
awful, but it does look like Camille has won the trade-off in the top lane. I saw that they got the ult off. It does look like they're trying to fight that Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw does not get out of there with anything, and it looks like Point Park is going to get Mountain Drake.
See, and it seemed like the only thing that would have been good for Brown University is if Camille did not trade for Yorick, because if he doesn't trade with Yorick, then he can push the lane, possibly get a plate, just to alleviate some of this snowballing that's starting to happen just around the map for Point Park. But instead, that doesn't happen. Now you leave Elise 5-1, 5 seals on Dark Seal, has a book now for ability power. It's looking really rough for Brown University.
It really is. We got 2-0 on Highway as well.
Yes, and that's gonna come to flourish out. But now you have lethality with Jason. Once Jace builds lethality as well, that's...
I just realized Kiki got a kill on Camille as well.
Yep.
I don't know when that happened, but like
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, they traded actually.
Oh,
Yeah, they
really?
traded in the fight. Yeah, they traded 1-for-1.
That is so good for us.
Yeah, exactly. If Camille would have left there alive, then
It would have been good for them, but like with the
Exactly.
trade-off,
that's why it's annoying. You just hit the dust, and even if you die, the dust does its job.
yep.
It's a sweeper. I might make an account, you know, be a York name called the Sweeper. All right, I'm sorry. All right, let's get back to the task at hand. We have Rift Herald now. We're prepping for Rift Herald.
We're taking Rift Herald. Looks like
Yes.
Sejuani's going to try and come down and look at it. Maybe she's thinking about it.
I mean, being as Sejuani, it kind of sucks. You started Drake, had to give up Drake because your team wasn't there and ended up getting out-pressured by Point Park, and now you lose out on Rift. And so now it's becoming about still a steady 2K gold gap, which that gap is it's getting bigger by the minute. So it's looking really rough right now. Point Park has first Drake, now it's Rift Herald. God knows where Routes is going to use the Rift Herald because he could go bot
I
lane.
think we're going to be taking a bot lane.
Yeah,
I
he's
think we're
taking
going
a
to try
bot
and
lane.
focus on getting our bot lane fed up.
Oh my goodness,
The one thing they have ahead of us, I will say, they do have more CS than us
they do.
in all of the lanes. We got, that's about like a 3-4 difference top.
Definitely.
That's about a 10 difference jungle.
And
30 mid.
Ash is close to getting that Kraken Slayer. And once Ash gets the Kraken Slayer,
It's over.
oh yeah, looking really, really good right now. And Nautilus has played his Steel Cap, so has a lot of sustain right now, to be honest, against the...
Oh, Yorick is trading with the Camille right now.
That was a great trade by Yorick.
She managed to escape out of the cage, but that was a good play.
That was looking very dangerous for Camille right there.
Jace tries to all-in Ari, knowing that her
Jace.
charm is out, but she ults back in.
Jace plays so aggressive right now. We hit the Ignite, possibly could be committing for a kill, but
Oh.
unfortunately doesn't get that. And so Jace now gets the shutdown, and that's not... Oh, it's going to be pretty rough. Now it's looking pretty rough in the mid lane. 90 CS now for Jace, along with shutdown. Could possibly get an item off this.
Absolutely. It does look like we're going to be going down to the bot lane.
And look at that
Nautilus gets a stun
combo.
off onto the Kog'Maw, but
Wow. What a play
there was
by...
so much happening right now.
yeah.
I think Elise got off a stun too. That's Lulu ult out of the game for now.
What a play by Brown
And
University.
Elise still has Rift Herald down here. I think we're
Yep.
placing it down bot.
They burned everything now. So now it's
It's
going
like,
to
what
be a
can you do?
full-on
It does
brawl.
look like Sejuani is right there. We know she's there because Elise got a stun off on her.
But, yep, seems like they're just going to throw that Rift Herald on.
And move
Get
up,
some gold.
take the Scuttle Crab,
What a
maybe
play.
go in on that Sejuani afterwards.
That was a great play by Brown University. They played that perfectly, honestly. They got hit with the Ash ult. Kog'Maw got hit with the Nautilus ult. But he saves the flash, lets himself get hit with the ult. Lulu ults him for more sustain, and then he flashes away, and he survives. So that was a good play by Brown University.
Yep.
They're trying to keep that bot lane alive. And now we have Jace with Lucidity Boots for the extra ability Haste, and also as
He also-
Eclipse. So, oh my goodness. It's dangerous.
Jace with Eclipse is terrifying.
Oh yeah, it's terrifying. Ever since they buffed Jace, he's been a nightmare to play against, especially when he gets fed. Because out of nowhere, you're farming in peace. Out of nowhere, a ball comes in and one shots you, and it's like, what just happened?
And Camille did get the Divine Sunderer.
Yeah, so
She did get her first item before York, but York has I think that's Ravenous Hydra.
Yep, Ravenous Hydra. And that actually caught me off guard when you talk about that now, Gil, because I would have thought Divine Sunderer would be first for York, but I guess he wants a little bit more sustain with Ravenous Hydra. So
Which isn't a bad play.
no,
I do
definitely
like
not
the
a bad
Ravenous
play.
Hydra pick, especially into a Camille who's
Helps
like
the
you're
wave
both
clear.
evenly trading.
Yeah, exactly. Both evenly training as well.
Oh, we got our entire team down bot lane. Looks like we're going to try and
Point
do a
Park
little bit of a gank, or at least try and scare them away from the drag that is spawning in 4 seconds.
Point Park's playing so they just have so much pressure. So much
Sejuani
presence
comes
in
around.
the map.
Oh, Sejuani ulted on the Nautilus, and now I do think we're going to be losing Ribeiro here, but that is okay because we got the Jace into the mid lane.
And this is huge. But now Camille rotated for this dragon, which I think that's a very solid play by
But at
by
the same
Camille.
time, that's leaving Yorick up in the top lane all by
Exactly.
himself.
And
And if you know anything about Yorick, then
Yep.
it's like, oh, but they do get to dive off on the Ashe. I think we might get top. Did we get top tower?
Yep, got top tower.
We got top tower.
They're going to lose their second top tower, unfortunately, due to. But they also Brown University gets
They look like they're
dragon.
going to be taking bot tower as well.
Yep.
Maybe we'll be able to get there in time to contest that drag. Try and do what we did last time and take it. Nautilus is coming up onto the Camille to try and stop her from getting that tower. We got tier 2 top tower. We got the root off on the Camille. We just. Oh, and Kakid is teleporting in to go face off that Camille with Nautilus.
Camille possibly. Oh, and
they got the Infernal Drake.
Wow, you got Infernal Drake, but now Pittsburgh has to be careful because you don't want to overextend. So you got Drake. But now, as you can see, York, all this happened, and this is why York is such an annoying character to play against. You rotate, and it seems like you get punished for it. He gets 2 towers. That's a lot of gold for him as well. But now he's going to start split pushing and starting to put a lot of pressure on these side lanes. In which that's like one of the best features about York as well, the way he could just constantly put pressure on these side lanes.
Yeah, but that is so good for us because now we have 2 towers. They might have gotten a couple kills off, but in the end, I think those towers are going to mean a lot more.
Definitely.
Than the couple losses that we had right there.
They're very, very even right now. The only thing that's different is the CS difference and the kill difference. But now that CS difference, as you mentioned earlier, I think that's going to start to really play into effect, especially in this mid lane. 150, nearly 150 CS at 16 minutes. I mean, that's just insane. That's crazy. But also, Kakid has been farming as well, and so now it's going to be. I think the level difference is going to be a very pivotal factor when it comes to these team fights now.
Yeah, but it does look like we're going to be taking Rift Herald. Ashe is keeping Kog'Maw and Lulu busy in the mid lane. Maybe trying to keep them off of it, but Camille is coming up for
Ashe could die for this.
Does not look like she's going to die for it, though. We do get the kill off on the Herald. Camille jumps in. We get the stun off and the Ashe ult off, and now the Nautilus ult off. Everything is going on the Camille.
And they burn all the resources.
And Yorick gets bot tower while this is all happening.
About. All this is happening. They 5-man Brown University, literally 5-man on top side, just not even get the Rift Herald, so that's time wasted.
They didn't even get a kill.
Didn't even get a kill. This is just, it's ridiculous. And so, it's just, that's crazy. And that's what's annoying, as I said before, that's what's annoying about York, is that York is going to punish you if you waste time. That is the whole character's factor, but now York is building lethality. I have no idea where Kakid is going with this build right now. I can't even, like,
what is he doing?
Can't
oh, we got the Ahri engaging onto the Jace, trying to get that top tower.
Absolute, Ahri's looking absolute saucy right now, but as we said with the level difference, if they're on the same level right there, Ahri gets the kill easily.
Oh, absolutely.
But it seems like Ahri's going to try to...
It looks like Jace is going to sit there and wait for...
Oh, yeah. Jace's going to try to
highway to push up. I don't know if we know he's there or
not. Yeah, no, it's
likely not, but he's so low in health if Ahri has all her abilities up.
Definitely. Oh, here we go.
And he jumps in onto the Ahri. Oh.
Oh, and also...
And he does get the kill, but we get the Rift Herald in the mid lane. That tower is almost down. Just a couple more hits, a couple more autos. York and Camille are battling it out in the bot lane. It does look like Lulu and Sejuani are going to be rotating down towards that York, trying to stop him and his tower-taking rampage.
Haven't even been paying attention. Okay, so Sejuani has Radiant Virtue. Now this makes her very tanky and helps out a lot with these team fights. Radiant Virtue is such a great item right now, but also Elise has Night Harvester with the time clock and also 7 stacks on Darksteel. So now she's getting to the point of one-shotting power.
She's only 3 away from Magi, so she can get a couple more kills.
Exactly.
A couple more assists.
That's going to be dangerous. And it seems like, everybody's just chilling in mid lane right now.
It looks like we're going to be trying to get those last few autos off on that tower, try and take that.
Yeah. Definitely want to get that mid tower. Just to open up the map.
Does look like Camille and Sejuani are looking down at our York. Camille jumps in, York gets the cage, and Camille ults.
Great play. Very solid
They do get the kill on the York, but the Ignite is on the Camille? No. That was so close, though.
I like the play. I like the play from Sejuani, like the play from Camille, but now Sejuani doesn't have ultimate. Now Camille doesn't have ultimate, and you have Drag coming up. in just a few moments. And now since you don't have those resources, and Point Park definitely knows that you don't have those resources now, it's gonna the team fight for Dragon.
And
Is gonna be a
Jace
little
is
bit
just
rough.
pushing in that top lane real hard. Camille is 3-1. Sejuani's 3-1. We really got to look out for that.
Definitely. And now that's 600 gold for Jace, level 14.
Tier 2 tower, but it does look like we're going to be looking at Drag. Chemtech Drake is spawning in 12 seconds.
Awakened Manamune now for Jace as well. So now that's another power spike. Huge power spike for Jace. He's rotating for Dragon.
We got to be really worried about that. It looks like Camille is going to be engaging onto our Ahri, but Ahri's ulting to get out of there. Sejuani and Lulu are coming down as well.
And again, they're trying to zone off Point Park as much as they can for this Dragon. They're playing really. Brown University kind of switched it up now in this mid game. It was looking pretty difficult for them in early game, but now they're looking very solid. But it seems like Point Park is going. Oh, I thought they were going to try to trade Baron for Dragon, which that. See, now my low elo showing. That just would have been a bad idea.
Yeah.
But now we're getting into this. Now we're getting into this game to where it's going to be very team fight reliant. Very you clear out the waves. You wait for objectives. You play for objectives. Like.
See, I feel like Brown University have a very late game play style. They're playing for that late game, whereas we have that early game play style. We try and stomp them out early. And now they've got us off of objectives.
Sejuani's
they've got second drag.
Yeah, the Sejuani, I think as soon as Sejuani gets no matter, I mean, no, honestly, no matter what Sejuani builds, once they get second item, they're gonna be looking really, really beefy, really difficult to deal with as well.
It looks like York got the Eclipse, and now Camille also has that Ravenous Hydra.
Loving this, but now, as you can see, Jace and York are kind of like battling it out when it comes to just pushing these side lanes. Wherever York is, Jace is on the other side of the map. Wherever York, wow, I was going to say the same thing again. This is just, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. But Yomu's Ghostblade for Jace now, and that is just, that's a lot of lethality for Jace. And so he's looking, I mean, these players are starting to look very, very scary right now. But now also Elise has Zanya's, which that's going to be huge, a huge factor in these team fights now.
And looks like Nautilus got the Evan Shroud to try and combat that AP.
Yep, definitely. I don't blame him. Oh, was that Evan Shroud?
That's Evan Shroud.
What's Luden's?
On Nautilus.
Oh. Oh.
Did I say the wrong person?
Well, no.
I might have said the wrong person.
Yeah. It's all good,
and that's completely on me. It looks like we got the Zonias off on the Elise. Lulu ulted herself.
Which now you don't have Lulu off,
but
now
it does look like we get the kill on the Nautilus.
Oh, now you have Flashes burnt. Now they leave with a kill, and now also they're going straight to Baron.
They're going to look at that Baron.
Yeah, I do not blame them for that. But now Yorick possibly could split push for this. Jace is not in the vicinity right now, so it is a possible team fight for Point Park.
Elise jumps in on the Lulu. Tanks her health bar, but it's not look like we can get her out of there. Camille jumps in onto the...
Oh, Camille's just diving. And just
and
dies
we get the shutdown. Ahri gets the shutdown.
Ahri. Oh, my goodness. Oh, now what a misplay for Brown University. They had control over Baron, but because Jace wasn't there and because Camille, don't know why.
Jumped in on her own.
Got ahead of herself, disregarded the Ahri charm. And
it looks like we're going to be trying to take that Baron. Now York came up to help out with it.
Oh, that is
Sejuani and Lulu are looking in the back line. Kog'Maw is coming up, and it looks like Jace is going to try and take that bot tower. We're going to try and take this. They got the ward in, but we did get the Drake. Sejuani did not successfully steal it. Nautilus is coming in from the back line.
Nautilus is just in the face of everybody right now. He's like, I'm going to root you and get you out of my face.
And we leave the fight with no deaths and Baron.
Jace, I mean, wow, Jace is just split pushing really, really well. I mean, it's almost like as if he's a clone of Yorick right now.
Well, it's not much we can really do to contest him. He
does so much
melts
damage,
health bars.
You definitely don't want to give him any more kills at that as well. But now, Yorick,
with the Baron,
I believe is going with Baron, and I believe that will be going into Cerado's Grudge. And no, Cerado's Edge.
I think it's Grudge.
Grudge, yeah, Cerado's Grudge, which also, oh wow. But well, anyways, Jace got a shutdown on Elise. That's massive shutdown gold for him. And so there's a lot of shutdown golds happening right now. It seems like it's back and forth with these shutdown bounties. Sponsored by Redbull, that was.
Yep. Can't
Right
forget
there.
about that.
25 minutes in, it's still a very, very even, very, very good game. It's a great first game to kick off the day. I'm excited. Plays are being made. There's no objectives up right now, so we're just pushing the side lanes. Baron's not going to be coming up in another 4 minutes. The next thing that's going to be coming up is the Chemtech Drag in 55 seconds. And so it seems like both teams are trying to set up for vision, trying to push the mid lane and push that bot lane just to have some prio. I think
Trying to get the best use out of that Baron that we can.
exactly, and I think Plain Park having Baron, that's going to help them a lot with lane prio. But now the Sejuani has Bombi Cinder along with some armor, and I mean, the Sejuani's looking really beefy. I'd got to get kited down eventually.
Looks like we got the whole team in the river at the bot lane. Sejuani and Jace both jump in. Tank so much health bar that we got the Lulu ult on the Jace. Yor gets a shut down on Sejuani. Camille jumps in and ults Ashe, and sadly Ashe does die.
Wow.
And that's a kill on the Ahri as well. But at least
Gets a kill on the Jace, so that's very good.
so we take Jace out of the fight. That's pretty good.
Oh, but
Oh, and the blast cone out of the fight. That we might have got a couple of kills out of that, but I think we did lose that trade. We lost so many in that fight. The only person alive right now is Camille, and it looks like
woo! Outplayed.
Ooh.
Outplayed. To map diff. Map IQ difference. Chemtech blast nut difference. Sorry for that. Yeah, that was a very rough team fight. As you can see now, you take out Sejuani, but at the cost of Camille and Jace cleaning up that fight. And now you have Kog'Maw kind of getting online with this build right now, doing a lot of damage, just a lot of kiting in that fight. And so now it's gonna be really, really hard for Plain Park to even try and engage, because once Yorick is dead, there's no other front line other than Nautilus. But now, as you can see, Nautilus died in like the first 5 seconds of that fight.
Yeah.
They don't want any business.
I feel
with
like
Nautilus.
maybe if we could have seen maybe like a Heartsteel on Nautilus, a Radiant Virtue.
Possibly a Radiant Virtue on Nautilus. I think that would have been that definitely would have been a pretty solid pick. But I get the Evershroud
But also,
pick as well.
like looking at the team, like I'm not the best at knowing what character does what type of damage when it comes to people who aren't supports or mid laners. But Camille does AD, right?
Yes, Camille does
Sejuani
AD.
does AD.
Yep, Sejuani does AD. I mean, Sejuani is just a sponge, just a tanking character. Does AD though.
Kog'Maw
And-
does AD.
Yep, and so
And Jace
you have a
does
very
AD.
Solid point. Yeah, they
The only
are
person
all
who
AD.
does- The only person who does AP is Lulu.
Yeah, so they
So
could
the Evan
ideally.
Shroud is a little confusing because
Yeah.
that is the magic resist item.
Very, very true. So they could have went Radiant Virtue into nothing but just all AD resistance. And
I mean, I could be
soaking
wrong.
damage.
For all I know, Jace could probably do AP damage, and I'm just
Oh yeah, very,
silly.
very true. I mean, we're low elos, slow elo gents, but there's a lot of fighting right now, a lot of action going on in this mid lane, just going back and forth. But now you're seeing a lot of damage from Yorick plus the Ashe slows, and but now Jace is starting.
Jace
Oh my
doing
gosh!
tank damage. He's
Ton of
jumping in.
damage. Oh, Jace is definitely looking for it just to hit those shock balls. Oh my gracious, so much damage.
But we do get the Ashe ult on the Sejuani, but I don't think we could do anything about that. That's just trying to scare them off a little bit.
But now this Lulu pick is getting really annoying now, because now she's keeping the fed Jace, well not fed Jace, but the very strong Jace and the very strong Kog'Maw alive now. So this is looking pretty daunting for Plain Park. And no, they're gonna go down mid, and
They're gonna take our tier 2 mid tower.
And now we have Baron up in 50 seconds.
And
Definitely gonna need some prior on that Jace to just get him out of these team fights, or at least separate him or isolate him in these team fights.
that, or if we can at least get a pick on anybody else, just so it's more of like a 5v4 instead of a 5v5, because we're not winning the 5v5s.
Yeah,
If we can get a pick or two,
definitely.
I think we'll be fine, but that does require us actually getting a pick. If we can get a pick on Jason Sejuani, that's great. But even if we get a pick on, let's say, like Kog'Maw or
Right.
Camille, like that's still going to help us out in the long run.
I think this Yorick split is going to be very pivotal to just what happens in the next few
It does look like we're
seconds.
going to be looking for that pick on the Sejuani. Kog'Maw is in the back line, though. We do got a couple ults off. Ashe ult on the Kog'Maw.
And now
Lulu
Kog'Maw
ult on
flashed,
Sejuani. And Yorick is trading with Camille right
and
now.
Camille's dead. The
But he
legend, the
does have
1v1, He hits the
a
dust.
lifetime.
Jace is dead. Unlucky, bro. You gotta dodge the dust,
we gotta
bro.
send like a little. Gotta send one of the little creatures after him. Oh, but Jace escapes alive,
Exactly.
and it does look like Point Park is gonna be trying to take Baron again. Lulu and Sejuani, you're waiting in the back line.
But they have no resources at all to even try to contest this Baron. They go in, they're basically feeding with this Baron. And you know what's funny is that while this is all going on, York knew that Baron was coming up, so he split pushed, and he knows that he can win the 1v1 with Camille. And so here we go, we're going to force another fight.
Sejuani came in, smited the Baron.
Wow, now that's...
But it does look like we're going to be getting that kill on... Oh, no. Blast comes away, but it doesn't work. We got the... At least I think she keeps Blast coming with the least.
I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure what happened there with Point Park. Point Park seemed to, like, just alleviate some prio on the Baron to try and fight, but at the cost...
But then Sejuani jumped in and came in and smited the last of it that was there.
It's very unfortunate for Point Park. That was, an amazing play, and especially an amazing play by York. Now, York's looking... Woo! York looking pretty beefy.
Jace again. Jace is stuck in that cage, but he jumps out of it.
Oh, it's a crazy 1v1 for Jason York right now, but I believe
Jace is tanking his health bar.
It's unfortunate. Just he missed
that lethality build, because now look, he got Shereldia's Grudge.
Yep, yes, Shereldia's Grudge, but now Jace has Shereldia's Grudge now, and also has a time watch, stopwatch. So
that's gonna be difficult for York.
Point Park really needed that Baron, and now we're getting close to Soul, and that's gonna be Chemtech Soul.
That's going to be sold for Brown University. Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
That's just not.
This is a dragon I feel like we absolutely need to contest if it's possible. If it's not possible, then it's not worth it.
But then again, dealing with Chemtech Soul, it's one of those. I believe it's one of the stronger souls that's among them for sure, because you get that. I believe it's extra shields.
I think it's shields.
Yes, it's extra shields. Not sure about health. But that helps out Sejuani with her sustain. And Sejuani's very, very, very beefy right now. Has some fire ages. You have Camille split pushing.
In our base.
Yes.
It looks like York's going to try and contest her. We got everybody jumping in. Elise uses Zanya's. There's Lulu ult on the Jace. Oh, when did he get Guardian Angel?
Yeah, Jay, I didn't realize.
I didn't even realize he got that either.
But now Jace is starting to take over. Level 18, Ari's still level 14. I mean, the CS difference is now playing a huge factor. 303 CS for Jace. This is
difficult.
It's very, very difficult. Not sure
and
where
it looks like nobody stayed in the lobby to let us see how the game ended.
Oh, could that be what it is?
I'm
is it already game over?
I mean, looking at the way it looked, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, but level, I mean, it's crazy though, this mid lane it's been a pattern over time of these games, to where these mid laners, they're farming and farming, and no matter what happens in this early and the mid game, if they just survive and keep farming, then eventually they're just gonna go crazy, especially with York
Jace?
As well. Yeah, and with Jace, they farm constantly. Jace had the same CS as York, which is that's crazy, to be honest. It's really, really crazy, but that happened with all the split pushing that Jace was doing just throughout the game. And so and as we just got confirmed, the game was over. No one and how it works in League is that when the game is over, if everyone leaves the lobby, then our
spectator can't stay in the lobby either.
Exactly, and we can't see the end of the game. But we should be queuing up for another game.
For game 2?
Yeah, game 2, and
hopefully this might go a bit better. We might not be seeing Camille, we might not be seeing Sejuani, but we also might not be seeing our York. We might not be seeing our Ashe.
I mean, I think York was a very solid pick. It's just that Jace started taking over when it came to
having flashbacks to Cassiopeia.
Yeah.
Where she was just left to be able
Still
to farm, and then
yeah. Just left alone to be able to farm, and then out of nowhere, we didn't even know that they got Guardians. Like, we didn't even realize.
He just started running around the map going, bonk.
Yeah, and then as well with having the Lulu ult, it's just like, dude, come on. Like, but now we showed a little bit of the room cam right there. Point Park is definitely talking about their games, talking about how the game went. I think the game went really, really good, but I believe, in my opinion, I just think that Brown University, I believe this is not a team that you can that they could snowball in. I think if Point Park reels it back in a little bit and plays a bit of more of a scaling team,
Mm-hmm.
I think then that
So
these games
we
are
might
gonna
be able to contest their late game.
exactly because obviously Brown plays for late game. I mean that was obvious. They
Mm-hmm.
played a very steady play, very disciplined. Things didn't go their way in early and mid game, and they were like, okay, that's
It's
fine.
fine.
We have Sejuani, we have
Yep.
the Lulu, we have the Kog'Maw.
We
Like
have Jace.
exactly, we have Jace. Like we'll just wait until Jace gets 3 items and freaking carries the entire game. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, I definitely want to see that. And so yeah, we should be starting in just a few moments. I am going to go to director. I have to go to the restroom, so this is very awkward right now. But we're gonna have to be on intermission for a little bit until game starts. So I will we'll go to the
We'll see you
restroom.
on the flip side.
You'll see me on the flip side. Like to do a bunch of farming, then we have to be engaging those fights and enforcing those fights since they don't have Jace. But here we go.
So we're gonna keep up with that Wukong ban.
They do not want to deal with Wukong. And Routes Wukong's not gonna lie, it's pretty nasty. So I get it. I understand.
Honestly, I'm gonna be surprised if they don't get rid of that Evelyn.
Said
And we're
Evelyn?
gonna, yeah,
Really?
not Evelyn. I meant
Oh,
Elise.
so yeah.
I keep getting them confused because
Oh,
they're
it's
both
okay.
E named junglers.
They're both annoying junglers to deal
Yeah.
with, so that's okay.
I don't know why I said Evelyn.
Fine, maybe Evelyn was on your mind. It's just some very just some reoccurring bans right now. Not anything new. Brown University with Wukong and Tristana, which is understandable.
We're
And
gonna
they
keep up with the
still ban
Jarvan ban.
They don't want to. They don't want to deal with Jarvan. It
I
seems
think they're
like
just gonna be
these-
keeping with the same bans they did last time.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which, like I said, it's kind of a shock because like
it is.
in the early game, Elise was a big problem for them. But we are gonna get rid of that Lulu.
I think that's a pretty solid pick for the Lulu. Lulu ended up being really annoying in the just later on in team fights. Oh my gosh, I'm like trying to talk and yawn at the same time. It's that was terrible. But here we go.
It's
We have Sejuani again.
Yep, they're gonna be keeping with that Sejuani pick, which
Ah.
was so good for them.
It's a very good pick. I mean, as soon as you get Radiant Virtue, it's just kind of whatever. But I did hear that maybe Vi support might be on
Oh.
the table, and the vibe with the Radiant Virtue, it's great. And so now, same jungle, Elise versus Sejuani, both sides did amazing in the team. In the first game, we have Sosa. Oh wait, no, it's not Sosa. We have Point Park picking.
Zaya.
I love that. I love
do
that.
like the Zaya pick.
It's gonna be that's gonna be great.
If we get the Vi support with Zaya,
Exactly. Just survive in the early game, get the level 6. Zaya gets first item, and now you're looking at Gale Force Zaya one-shotting the entire team. So Ron, wow, this is gonna
That
be an
would-
interesting pick.
could be good against Zaya.
It would. It would be very, very good against Zaya.
But it's so peculiar because, wasn't it the thing like they were really good with Enchanter champions?
Yeah,
I was expecting to see like a Soraka or like a
definitely.
Nami or
Like
something.
a Sona. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I was expecting another Enchanter, but
But now you look at it now and how and they're gonna stick with the Jace. So now you have
Oh.
2 front lines that are going to be protecting this Jace, which we know is going to farm throughout the game, play for the end game. He's doing the skill and one shot. He's gonna have one shot in potential while basically being behind 2 stone walls with LeBron and Sejuani. They have so much sustain in these team fights.
so hopefully we'll have enough ability to be able to shred tanks. But with that in mind, the fact that we have both Braum and Sejuani, we might not be seeing the Gale Force on Zaya. We might see something more like Kraken Slayer
This is true.
to try and shred tanks.
I love this. The
Amumu.
Amumu. I love the Amumu. That's going to be a Amumu support pick. I'm positive.
I like it.
That's going to be great. I love that. Amumu is an annoying champion. If you've seen us ever since we've casted for the first league game, I hate Amumu. There's a reason why he has no friends. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. I'm
That's
sorry.
so mean.
I'm just going to say it.
How could you
It is
say
what it is.
that?
It is
Look
what
at
it
that
is.
Face.
It is what it is. I have no remorse for that guy. The Jax ban from Point Park
And the
now
York
we have,
ban
yep.
from Brown University.
I think that's pretty
That's valid.
understandable. The York did a lot of side lane pushing and was very strong. I mean, you couldn't even deal with them if you tried to fight them by themselves, which Brown University, they tried a couple times, but the Camille died for it. So
But we can hope that they leave Malphite open.
Darius Malphite and the Garen is open. I would love to see Garen.
And we're going to keep with that Zeriban's new. Actually, now that I think of it.
It makes sense playing for the late game, but they ban. Yo, they
Malphite. I jinxed
That's so annoying. They just, dog, you did jinx it. You did. You actually did jinx it. Malphite would have been so good as well as just an engager for these team fights, because you have Sejuani that's great at engaging team fights. So Point Park definitely needs someone that can engage in team fights. They have a Mumu to engage in team fights, but
Lissandra.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I like the Lissandra pick, especially against Jace, but the Ezreal.
Ooh.
If he goes, wow. Okay.
Think about Ezreal. Ezreal is very self-sustaining.
Yes.
Like, if you're going to have an ADC that you're going to leave alone in lane, it should
Ezreal
probably
would be the
Ezreal.
one. Yeah, it would be Ezreal. Ezreal
So
would be the one.
we might be seeing a lot of roaming from Braum.
Which that's going to change their entire play style, or Brown University's play style from last game, to where now we're going to see a lot of roaming, definitely a lot of roaming from Braun to the mid lane, maybe in top lane, but top lane was left alone last game, so I don't
see it not being left alone again.
Yep, this is true. They could play towards top lane. We have Savage River picking. Something went wrong because this is the league client. So
thank you, Rito Games.
Yes, Rito Games.
Rito Games. You've never seen that?
What?
When Riot does something bad, like the internet's like Rito. Yeah. So it looks like we're going to be going on that break while the client fixes itself.
Yeah, hopefully the client will fix itself, or we just requeue. And, personally, if I was a player, I'd be like, okay, draft messed up, but we know what they're going to pick. So counter pick all the picks that they pick. It is just counter pick everything.
It'll be like a surprise.
And we
it's
have
like who are we going to see in the top lane?
Exactly. But it seems like we have disconnected from the lobby. So we're going to restart the client. Hopefully draft is resetted, which that might play in anybody's favor. You never know. Or
unless it was just our spectator that disconnected.
Yeah, if the spectator disconnected, then
that's not going to be like a reset or anything.
Yeah, no, it won't be a reset.
Even if it was, I feel like we would be required to
Yeah, so that's pretty unfortunate. But the Braun, I think the Braun pick is going to be. I'm not gonna lie, the Braun pick is going to be a lifesaver if he plays Braun correctly, especially against Xayah as well. That's going to be.
That's going to be very rough.
It's going to be annoying. Xayah's going to ult in the browser and be like, "Oh, I have a shield," and he's just going to block it.
Like, what are you going to do about that?
Like, dude, come on, man. But this is going to be it's going to be very like late game oriented. I think it's going to be very team fight oriented. Hopefully, we have some more pressures on objectives. I mean, perfect early game for Point Park. They played it to the T, played it perfectly, but then it came in the mid game and end game. And honestly, I just felt like Brown University, they farmed more as a team. They
definitely did.
They consistently cleared waves. They didn't try to force or take any unnecessary fights. They were just playing. They were playing League. That's the best thing I can say. Yeah, they were playing League. And so we're getting him back to the into the client right now, and hopefully we can get back into the game. It seems like the game has already started for the players. It's just spectator mode that kicked us out because League doesn't like us. We're trying to capture the content.
It's because I called them Rito. They're mad at me.
Yeah, because you called them Rito. It's just you.
And it does look like
the Nasus. I see it.
I do like Nasus, but this is interesting. That's gonna be that's a Veigar mid lane.
Wow, this is very
Sejuani top, Jace jungle.
And see now this is gonna be. No, that's Jace top. Yeah,
but they didn't switch it around.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
I mean, unless they traded positions, but I don't even know.
What is happening, man? What is happening?
I am so confused.
I don't know what's happening, but we have the Nasus pick, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been playing against Nasus lately, and it's just very, very hard and very, very annoying. He gets Divine Sunderer, and he ults, and you can't do nothing, and it's just annoying. And I think the Nasus pick, honestly, into the Veigar, I think that's a great pick because Nasus is. That guy, he soaks so much damage, and when you have another character like that to deal, yeah, exactly, and scales terribly well. Like what I mean terribly, I mean like insane nasty, like unbearable 1v5 final boss machine. Like he's ridiculous. Nasus is
I
great character.
have almost lost entire games just because like the
Good
Nasus
Nasus.
that we were winning
Good Nasus.
against
Yeah.
just went off and farmed on his own, and he got up to like 400 stack
It's
from like
it's
nothing,
lovely.
and it's like
Yeah. Nasus is lovely to play against because you go into Divine Sunder and then you build nothing but defense items, but because of Divine Sunder's innate passive with the Mythic to where it gives you armor penetration, gives you damage penetration in general to the added items that you make. You're ideally like you're at the same time building as a tank, but at the same time you're also being a nuke as well because of Divine Sunder, which makes Divine Sunder just such a great item in general. So you have Nasus,
Nasus is just such a good champion.
you have a Moo,
and that'll help us with the late game.
exactly. It will help them a ton with late game. And I mean, sorry, but you can have Flash, you can have Ghost, you can have anything. You're not getting away from Nasus as soon as he sets his eyes on you, because it's over. With Nasus, oh my gosh, with Nasus can go in there,
It is Jay's top.
kill. Wow, it is okay. Yeah,
That
that makes
was
sense.
just set
yeah.
up kind of weird. I
Yeah,
guess
it
that's
was.
why it
It
threw
was.
me off.
It was set up really, really weird. But here we go. Back into the game. Game 2 of the day against Brown University and Point Park. Brown is up by 1. Possible game point for Brown. But this is where it all matters. We're all going to leave it on the
Cross
table.
our fingers and hope that
Leave it on the table, as I say. I'm loving this invade, this possible invade for Jace. That's going to be absolutely insane. But
we're just explaining this because we know you can't see it right now.
yeah,
We're trying to get it set up.
We're trying to
So
get
we're
it set
going
up
to
right
try
now.
and do our best to vocalize that
Yep.
until we're able to bring it up to you.
Yeah, that's why we're casters.
Yeah.
We're all savior.
'Cause we don't want you to miss anything. There's going to
Exactly.
be really exciting things happening,
Exactly.
and we're
This is
working on
really-
getting it up for us.
Okay.
And
Here we go.
there
back
we
again.
are.
Very awkward right now. I'm not gonna lie. Point Park went top side to invade, and Brown
went
University went bot
bot
side to invade. But now, I as Point Park, I just feel like, okay, just take their blue. Honestly, you're already there. So
Yeah, I would just do that, but it does look like they're going to be sending Jace up towards the top lane. It looks like we're going to go.
minions have spawned, so you definitely don't want to waste too much time, because then you'll end up being late in the lane. But Brown University, they're committing to this blue buff, and hopefully, I'm hoping that Routes has the knowledge that they are there. Maybe not, but they know that they're on the blue, and so he could just go from red to blue to take their blue, and so
Yep.
not much time. And Ribeiro is right there to get that info for Elise, and so this is a great start from both sides.
Yep, they are going to get our buff, but that just means that we can go up and take their blue from the top side. It will just be.
See, now with this top side, you gotta be careful. You want to survive. The whole point of this Nasus pick is to just survive in the laning phase. You're gonna get bullied. You're gonna have to deal with it until you get the stacks. But as soon as you get the stacks, it's wraps. And
We tried to get the flash stun off on the Jace, but Jace was just a little bit too fast.
but now we wasted the flash for Jace, which now flash ended up in another 4
But
minutes.
it does look like Jace flashed as well.
Yep. And so
Now that I look at it.
it was a trade of flashes.
Yeah.
Doing magic tricks, flashy flash. All right, I'm sorry, that was just. All right, here we go. All right, back on the scene. Mid lane, the Vigor pick against Lissandra. I think this is going to be it's gonna be an interesting lane, because if Vigor catches you, it's wraps. But you have Lissandra. Lissandra can just get out with her
Or even just to get in when you don't really realize it.
as well. Yes, this is very, very true.
I know some people, when they're playing against Lissandra, they don't respect the hand. They don't see that it's coming, and Lissandra will show up and go. And W ult.
Because normally Lissandra, at least in laning phase, they throw that out for damage. But then when they actually pop up from that hand, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like a jump scare.
You don't expect it.
So but I am interested to see this Ezreal pick. My little brother, he plays Ezreal, and when Ezreal gets 2 items with the Essence River and Navori, it's really annoying
over.
to deal with.
It's over.
It's really nasty. And then you also get the tears to where he gets the Mira, like fully awakened. It's a nightmare to deal with, honestly.
But we have our bot side pushed up a lot. It looks like we're going to be going on for the
Tower dive.
tower dive.
But
we have him really low, but he is going to jump back onto the Elise. He got the NASA's got Wither off on him.
Oh, that was just, I don't know about you, Gail, but that gave me nearly a heart attack because that that was almost a kill for Jace. And that wouldn't have been good. Jace is already a very solid character right now. You don't want to feed Jace. It's not a thing. But now Jace has tier with fillable potion and a control ward, so he has a little bit sustain with the tier. I mean, not with the tier, but with refillable potions now to deal with Nasus. But I'm just waiting for Nasus to hit level 6, and he can just deal with that nightmare off in the lane. We'll just forget about them for right now. But here we go. As you can see on the bottom right, Caleb, one of our producers, he has like this, has his camera, or was. Yeah, has this beautiful camera. I just wanted to point that out. He looks really cool. There's not really a lot going on in the map right now, so I just wanted to point that out. He's a cutie. But here we go.
It looks like Sejuani's looking for a gank down bot. She's coming down that side, or nope, she's just going to go to her jungle now, because she's kind of been in our jungle a lot.
Yeah, this bot lane and jungle has been fairly chill
Jace
for the most
is just
part.
hard engaging on Nasus. There's not a lot.
Very rough trades right now in the top lane.
Very. Jace has Nasus pushed up to the tower.
Nasus just...
But Nasus got the level up.
Got the level up. That's what matters. Hey, it's annoying. You have to play aggressive as much as you can on Nasus. Like, you do not want to give this guy any sort of room, and that's exactly what Jace is doing, not giving him any sort of room to breathe. Because you got to get it fed as fast as he's getting online. But here we go.
It looks like we might be looking towards Dragon. It's up right now. I think we're going to try and get that off early.
Seems like that's going to be first plate for
Kakid
Jace.
is teleporting up onto the tower just to try and get Jace away from that.
Yes, and that's going to be first drag, which I love. This is kind of like the same tempo that we had last game. They were at Point Park. They get this first drag. Everyone's looking good. Everybody's happy. Not that big of a CS difference between mid lane compared to last game for right now, but we're still in the early stages. Jace has 50 tiers. Stacking up those tiers like really, really fast, by the ways, sort of mentioned. But now Nasus has Sheen, in which that is one of his power spikes, to where now Nasus has Sheen, gets level 6, can do a lot of damage, a lot of poking. He should be able to trade a bit better against this Jace right now. Sejuani looking to play in that top side, like we mentioned before this set even started, where they like Brown University likes to play on this top side.
But it looks like she just might be clearing vision. I think if that vision wasn't there, she definitely would have come up. But she knew that we saw her, so there wasn't really anything we could do about that. Jace is still playing very aggressive.
Oh yeah, very aggressive, very, very aggressive. This is but ideally all Nasus has to do, I mean, freeze the lane, take a couple trades, but just find the piece.
Jace jumps it in on the Nasus. Xayah and Amumu are engaging on the Braum and the Ezreal.
Yep. Oh, and look at that. Nasus gift.
He got the bomb.
Nasus, and he emoted. That's my boy. He emoted as well. That's, I'm sorry.
Xayah gets the stun off on the Braum. And then
that's Nasus. It is what it is. It is what you flash, you try to get out, you're not moving, bro. You're not getting out. It is what it is.
He's just faster. That's all there is to it.
Elise, amazing stun by Elise to just give that space and give that opportunity for Nasus. Now you have Nasus, 1 kill down. He's able to get some stacks as well. The Sheen is starting
Elise
to come
and
to flourish.
Lissandra coming in up on the Sejuani. Nasus is coming down for it as well.
And Sejuani, oh wow, gets ult. Oh, and that's a kill.
To Highway.
That's for Highway. Like, this is, just what a sequence of events that happened right there. I mean, Lissandra leaves away with a kill. Nasus leaves away with a kill.
We got bot lane pushed up as well in that.
It's unfortunate. So Sejuani got caught while being level 5. You do not want to get caught while being level 5 when you don't have that R to possibly get a freeze and get out of there.
We got the stun off on the Ezreal. It looks like Amumu was going to try and go in,
Woo.
but Braum jumped in front of him.
If that, I'm not gonna lie, Gil. If that was any other support other than Braum, I think Ezreal dies there.
Oh,
Maybe,
absolutely.
Yeah, that was wow. That was bot lane's looking very solid right now. They're taking very aggressive trades,
which is good for Xayah.
Very good for Xayah. As you see,
especially
Xayah,
now that she has that level 3 and she has the ability to pull her feathers back and do that crit damage.
I honestly might start playing
Ezreal
Xayah.
threw his ult down lane, and Xayah is such a fun champion
Yeah,
to play.
Xayah looks a lot
difficult, but I love playing Xayah. I'm not good at it, but I like playing Xayah.
I love that. I love that. I love that, Gil. I love that. Here we go, and it seems like that we have Rift Herald now. Nasus took Rift Herald. I'm not sure. Well, the spectator wasn't there, but I'm not sure if that was meant to be because I mean, Point Park usually gives the jungle Rift Tail, but now Nasus has 2 long swords, a long machine, and has Lucidity boots. If you're a top laner out in the crowd, we love Lucidity boots. With much love for them. It's amazing. Great ability haste just on everything, or spell haste. But here we go. I'm excited. Point Park's looking very strong in this early game, but we got to see it in the mid game. We got to see it flourish out. I can't wait to see the Nasus 1v5 later on.
I so hope we can see a Nasus 1v5 later.
I definitely want to see it. I mean, when Nasus split pushes with Divine Sunder, there's not much you can do, but also that has to do with a matter of just mechanics, because I'm pretty sure we're going to see a 1v1 between Jace and Nasus eventually. Jace has
Sandra waiting there for the Veigar. We got the ult off on the Veigar. Looks like we got an Electrocute proc. Elise and a Mumu coming in for the kill on the Veigar.
Elise left at Lissandra Highway left at like 1%. The Ignite, unfortunately.
The Xayah ult to get out of there. Braum got rooted.
Alrighty.
That was a good play. And now, looks like a Mumu is coming back down bot. Elise is right there with him. If Ralts wanted to go look for a gank, that is possible, but also just his camps in general. Sejuani is behind them, though, trying to pinch them off.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Well, looks like they might be setting up for drag. Chemtech spawns in 32.
Yep, I love that guy's name, Sosa. I'm not calling
Sosa.
I'm not calling him Felix. I'm calling him straight up Sosa. If you listen to Chief Keef, then you know where I'm going with this. But anyways, we have Dragon up.
I don't know, I like the ADC's name. Tooth change.
Tooth change. Just goofy names, man. We have 15 seconds until Chemtech Dragon.
Well, Jace is engaging up on Nasus, but we got the Nasus ult off. He's just running Jace down.
You stepped up too far, buddy.
Bonk him. Bonk him.
Nasus diff. Nasus diff. Unlucky. It's unfortunate. You press R and it's over.
Nasus better.
Kakita is, I'm not gonna lie, Kakita is notorious for playing characters where you press R and it's over.
I love that form though, but it does look like Veigar got the stun off on the Lissandra. She is not able to escape. Tooth change got the...
Tooth chains.
Ooh,
oh wow, what a great stun for Veigar right there, but they weren't able to get a kill.
Tower damage. We got the Rift Herald up in the top while everything's going down bot. Does look like Brown might get this dragon, but Elise and Amumu are there to maybe contest that if one of them can get him. We got the stun off of the Sejuani. Veigar is coming down this, so that's going to be a 4v3. And the Chemtech Drake goes to Brown University.
Pretty chaotic right there. It seemed like both teams wanted a team fight, but then they faded off, and Brown University ended up just zoning them out.
Elise is going in on Veigar. The stun did not go off. We're gonna send a spider bomb down the lane.
Okay, so are we just really low elo? Because am I seeing Essence Reaver on Nasus? Like, am I actually seeing that right now?
It does look like there's an.
What is happening?
I mean, if it's good, it's good. I mean, I don't really know top lane metas, but
I've just always seen Divine Sunder. This is interesting.
Well, maybe it's good to not immediately rush Divine. Maybe Essence will give him something.
I mean, that's a lot of damage.
Some type of survivability or some damage output. Yeah,
that's a lot of damage for Nasus, especially to get that Q along with Essence Reaver. That's
honestly, that's probably really good if we're gonna try and keep Jace under wraps. Like, I know it's not the same Jace from last time.
Jason Jones,
but like,
is just
as if we can keep him under wraps and keep him 0-2.
Oh, they are. Point Park is looking to just absolutely annihilate this Jace right now. Got the Amumu creeping, but as you see on the map,
they're going to try and back off a little bit, which isn't a bad idea now that Jace is under his tower and is not.
Oh yeah, not moving.
It would be a bit different if he was full low health, but they are going to engage on that Veigar. But Veigar flashes back over the wall, but now he does not have a flash. Ezreal and Braum jumping in onto the Xayah. Sejuani is around the corner as well, and it does look like Sejuani is going to get the kill on Kha'Zix.
It was good counterplay by Brown. They saw them all topside. They were like, hey, Xayah's by herself. Burned her ultimate. Might as well just get the kill.
But it does look like we're going to be looking at Veigar a little bit. Sejuani is over there, but
Point Park is trying to just cast this this Veigar off guard, but now he has
Nasus is back at it again, running Jace down. Jace jumps in onto Nasus.
It's irritating. So annoying. Oh, but now Nasus could possibly.
Now Jace is just running Nasus down.
Some very aggressive Drake.
But Nasus has ult up.
I said Drake's traits. 13 minutes in, 2 for
Isn't Elise coming up towards top lane as well?
It's very slow.
They're looking at Jace.
Oh yeah, they don't want to give. Point Park definitely doesn't want to give Jace any leeway, but Elise is going to back.
So we got Ribeiro back down in the bot lane.
Oh, Elise doesn't back. Seems like they're looking for
Sejuani? Maybe she's just gonna try and stick camps.
a tower up as well, but Vigard don't want to get hit by that cage. That cage is that cage is terrifying, especially with the stun.
Oh, absolutely. And the fact that Veigar just has such a high damage output. Oh, we got the Amumu ult on Braum and Ezreal. Xayah goes back in. It does look like they might get the kill. Oh!
Oh, and Ezreal does get
Amumu
that
survives so long. If we can get that Xayah E, we might be able to get Ezreal.
Oh,
no,
that's a
the E
double
was
kill.
not up.
A double kill for Ezreal already, and Ezreal has Lucidity boots with Essence Reaver now. This Ezreal is looking very, very dangerous with the focus.
But we are going to be engaging in on that Veigar. He uses his stopwatch.
Yep, and that Veigar is
And
dead.
he's
That
out.
Veigar is dead.
The kill goes to Highway.
And now, as you can see, Nas is doing so much damage to anybody now. And
Ezreal and Braum just taking that tower's health bar.
it's taking a little bit for the Sejuani to get online. At this point, at least last game, at this point, they already had Radiant Virtue set up, but
Nasus is waiting there for Sejuani, thinking she might go over to the Rift Herald where Lissandra and Elise are.
so now we have Rift Herald, even on Dragons.
Nasus comes around the corner to look at that Sejuani at that blue
Oh
buff.
my god,
like, that's
look
my
at
buff.
this! Ruining the gameplay experience, Nasus 101.
Lissandra comes in and gets the stun
Sejuani's
off
dead.
at the Sejuani, and
Could even get
Kekid gets the
wow.
kill, and Elise gets the blue buff.
Couldn't get the blue buff. They are not letting Sejuani play the game at all, and they leave away with Rift Herald and also 3 kills on the Nasus. As you can see, Ezreal's really fed, but we have a fed Nasus. So
Yeah.
in these team fights, Ezreal try to kite him, but Nasus gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna press R and I'm just gonna walk you down, buddy.
Yep. It does look like we're going to get some damage off in that tower since they took our tier 1.
Xayah has Kraken Slayer, so we should be seeing a bit of a power spike from her. We have Lissandra with Ludens. So this is... people are starting to get online. And the Radiant Virtue that I was just talking about earlier is now online. So I'm excited to see these team fights now. These team fights are going to be very, very important.
It looks like
Amumu hits
Amumu and Elise. I think that was ult. I think that's Braum ult as well. We got a lot of damage off on that Braum and the Root.
Wow.
He is low health. That either takes him out of the fight, or if he steps up, that's a kill for us.
As you can see, Sejuani stepped up right there and kind of made Point Park back off. And so have a little bit of some action going on in the mid lane right now. And now Ludens Tempest, Ludens Tempest proc is coming up, but now the Everfrost route is down for a couple seconds for Vigor. He doesn't have that now. And it seems like Brown University's going to get that second drag.
Yep. But we have Amumu and Elise right there. Lissandra's up in the top lane, if not top lane, mid lane.
Ooh, it seems like Amumu's going to
Tooth
die for that.
change.
Amumu just stepped up a little bit too far right there. trying to
Lissandra comes
contest.
in, tries to get the stun on the Sejuani or the dragon.
Everfrost
we're
is on
just trying-
cooldown. Could be a possible steal.
Braum comes over. That that
but
does
it
take
does.
Ralt out of the fight. We do not have a might.
Wow.
But we have a Nasus.
We have a Nasus.
We have a Nasus. Nasus is just running around. Drag has reset up at this point,
My goodness.
but Jace gets the shutdown on Nasus.
And what a great TP by Jace coming in there. He sees that his team needs help to secure this dragon. He comes over, finds himself a pick, but the pick that he finds is, I think it's like a
One of the better
700 gold
ones.
shutdown.
That was a pretty good pick.
It was.
That was a 4-0 Nasus.
Yep, 4-0 Nasus. Now
And-
Nasus had Jock Show with Essence Reaver to build up that resistance as he keeps on fighting along with Essence Reaver for just for more damage. So now this Nasus, he's gonna be a problem in team fights. And you could build Eclipse, you can build anything you want with Jace, but as soon as Nasus is gonna survive the burst. And so if he can survive that initial burst, then maybe Point Park can do something in these team fights.
We can at least hope.
I definitely want to see a Mumu get Jack Show online. Because Jack Show is just such a good item in general for elongated team fights. And so Everybody's
Yeah, we
just
might be
chilling.
seeing that Jack show. We might be seeing a Radiant Virtue on a Moo, which also wouldn't be bad
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad as well.
with the ult.
We
So
definitely need
right
to see
now
some
he
crazy
has
stuff.
he has a null magic mantle and the chest plate
Yep.
that can build into either of those two items, if I remember correctly. I know it built in the Radiant Virtue, but I don't know if it built in the Jack Shell.
But now Ezreal, 5-1.
Has Essence Reaver and Navori
And
quick blades.
Navori. Navori quick blades. Navori, if you haven't been keeping up with League, there was a recent patch, I believe it was 2 updates ago or an update ago, where they changed Navori and how Infinity Edge work. And so
Amumu jumps in on the Braum and the Ezreal, but they do take him out. We do not do damage to Sejuani.
This Amumu keeps on getting caught, unfortunately, and it's
Jason
hard.
Nasus are just duking it out up in the top lane, doing some trades. It's a 3v4 in the mid lane now.
Absolute
Was
chaos.
a 3v3, but Veigar came out of the bushes. Oh, we do
Veigar-
have Veigar stunned, but it
Ooh,
does
wow.
not look like we have the damage output to fully take him on yet.
As you can see, so much sustain
Oh,
that
that's
Brown
a double
University
kill
has.
on Ezreal.
I mean, Braun died. What? No, Braun didn't even die. Braun and Sejuani, they're just soaking up this damage that Point Park keeps on doing, and it's really hard for Point Park to even get in there. And then when they finally get in there, they focus on Mumu, so there's no front line. It's this is really, really hard right now, and you want to have Nasus in these team fights, but Nasus is trying to keep this Jace
Under wraps,
under
which
wraps.
is it's like a I want to say lose-lose situation, because it's like if we leave Jace alone, then he's gonna
He's gonna
pop
farm.
off again.
Yep, exactly.
But if we don't have Nasus in a team fight, then we're kind of just screwed over. So it's like there's not really.
Not much to do, and it seems like I think Ezreal is going to go in the Kraken Slayer, and Kraken Slayer. At this point in the game, you have Navori, you have Essence, you don't even have your Mythic yet. So once you get Kraken Slayer, you have that attack speed along that stacks with those other items and Lucidity. And for Ezreal, auto attacking, that's essential. It's essential to the character because its cooldowns, they're basically lower every time you hit every time you kite, and so they're looking very strong. I mean,
Nasus is just tearing apart Jace's health bar with every bonk.
we love that. We love to see the bonk.
And if Jace leaves, then it looks like Nasus is going to get that top tower, which is good for us, because that at least takes one of their towers out of the game.
Point Park has yet to get that. That is their first tower of the game, 21 minutes. And so hopefully Point Park can get some more towers. Just get a little bit more gold. There's a 3K gold difference right now between Point Park, and looks like Sejuani is going to get possibly dove on, but no, I mean, this is essentially the fight to Baron right now. And so whoever wins this fight is most likely will be the ones getting Baron. You have Veigar in bot lane, kind of trying to split push. Right now it's a tad bit.
We might also be trying to fight for drag. Mountain Drake is up in 1 minute.
Oh, that's a good point.
We might try and set up for that. That's Xayah ult down.
Ooh, that was looking very dangerous with Xayah. I mean, as Xayah, you have to ult in that situation because you don't want to get hit by the cave.
Or the
Cage.
Veigar just in general, because even if you just are stuck within the cage and you're not stunned, like he can still just drop an ability on you, and it's like you can't really dodge it, because if you dodge it, you're gonna run into the cage.
Exactly. It's hard. Veigar's very, very annoying. And now Jace has fully stacked Muramura. I can never say that item.
I think it's Manamune.
Manamune.
For the first one, and then
Whatever.
that one is Muramana.
Yeah.
I don't
Something
actually
like
know how
that.
to pronounce
Yeah,
them. I've
yeah.
never heard them
No,
said
we'll
out
just,
loud.
We'll just talk about the drag. We're just gonna
Let's talk about that.
we'll forget about the
Up in
vocabulary.
15 seconds.
Vocabulary doesn't matter. Here we go. We have 10 seconds until
We
Mountain
got
Drake
Nasus
goes.
here for it.
Yes. Now, see, now this is, I believe this is huge for Point Park. Nasus gets caught, but as you can see, takes a little bit of damage there. As you can see, Veigar's starting to do a lot of damage. And here we go.
It looks like Brown has started on the drag. Point Park comes around the corner to try and stop that.
Gotta dodge these
Getting some
Ezreal
autos
keys.
in. Veigar is down there at the bottom. Lissandra comes in and gets a stun off on the Sejuani.
A lot of damage right now.
Xayah's getting all of her autos in, but it's not doing anything to that Sejuani.
Oh,
Mumu
what a
goes in and
great-
gets a 3-man ult, but he gets caught in the Veigar cage. and does not make it out alive. It looks like Jace has come down too as well now.
Fantastic cage from a Mumu, but the team just wasn't there to capitalize on it. This Vigar cage is just ridiculous. It's so hard to
It has such
try
a
to get
low
into.
cooldown too at this point in the game. Lissandra comes in, gets the ult off on Jace. Jace comes back around the corner.
Have the Xayah ult, they're all
Xayah.
rooted?
Nasus is a little bit low, but he's just running everybody down.
Absolute
Elise
chaos.
comes in to try and get Sleepy Shadow
Nasus gets
on
another kill.
Jace, but dies. But Nasus does get it.
Oh,
and
and
Ezreal
gets the
comes
kill.
around the
Wow.
corner and just takes out Nasus.
Throughout this entire fight, they're trying. This is what makes Ezreal such an annoying character, but such one of just the best ADCs. Just a very solid ADC is that as the team fight's going on, you have to pay attention to these Qs, because if you keep getting hit by the Q, you're taking so much damage. Like a Mumu, for instance, during that entire team fight, he's getting hit by the Qs, and at this point, I mean, considering just how fed Ezreal is, he's doing a lot of damage, a lot of poke damage before the fight has even started or gets even initiated. So here we go. Everyone's entering Jace, Vigar, Ezreal entering into 200 CS at 24 minutes. A little bit of a CS difference between the team, but not too huge. It's really the kills and gold. But now we are.
Yeah, they got like that's a whole 10. No, it's not really 10. That's more like 5K CS.
Yeah,
dip.
5. Okay, so yeah. But here we go, and now Soul Point. We are at Soul Point again. Brown University. There's one more drag.
It's like we're really good at getting the first drag.
Yeah.
But by the time second drag is up, Brown University is turned on.
It's tough.
It does look like they're looking at Baron here. Elise comes out of the bush, Xayah right around the corner, but Sejuani jumps onto the Xayah. We got the Xayah ult out, but Ezreal just takes Kha'Zix out of the fight. And Mumu's trying to do something into the back line, but there's not really much he can do right now.
Sejuani walking around. You have Braun zoning out the rest of the team as Xayah gets caught out of position. It's these tanks. These tanks are making so much space for Brown University's just team comp in general, to where it's very hard to even do even remotely any damage. We have Elise.
Elise comes in probably a little bit too early. It does not look like she was able to steal that.
It's unfortunate because Elise kind of almost had to go for the Baron there, because Vigar already caught her off guard and could already tell that they were going for that.
And now we got Lissandra stuck in the Veigar baby cage.
26 minutes in is something very daunting for Point Park right now, but
You okay
lost my
there?
breath right there.
When Braum jumped on Veigar,
Yeah,
I thought that was one of us jumping on Veigar, and I was like,
so
No,
it's a very tough game for Point Park right now. And now Ezreal has Kraken Slayer and also has some penetration, possibly going in Ceradel's Grudge. I'm not sure. He has a cloak, as well as the penetration on the bow. So
it's definitely possible.
yeah, but and it's funny because now Point Park, they fixed the problem with Jace, but now you're sitting here with an enormously fed Ezreal and Vigar that now has 2 rods along with his other items.
He's going for Death Cap.
Oh yeah, now he's gonna be doing a lot of damage. And now we have Baron, and
I wish there was a way we can tell from here how many stacks like both Veigar and Nasus have.
yeah.
But then again, I'm kind of glad we don't, because I don't want to see like 80,000 phenomenal evil stacks on that little man.
That's fair.
Oh, Elise got caught out trying to get back into
That
the
Vigar
base.
pick. And now it seems like that is Brown University is wasting no time
Just running
to
us
end
down.
this game. And you can't really do much because you have the Braun, you have Sejuani just to soak up so much damage. And
Jace got the kill on Xayah. Looks like we're still trying to go in on them. Nasus is trying to do his best to run it down, but Ezreal is just
got rid of the Ezreal.
Ezreal's out of it.
Very crazy plays right now,
It
but
does not look like we get anybody else. And there goes Lissandra and one of our Nexus turrets.
unfortunately that might be game for Point Park,
That might be game
possibly.
2.
at least might come in to get the kill on Vygar. Maybe, but oh
It
my
doesn't.
gosh,
Oh,
the
that
damage.
was close.
Wow. And just what
That's
a
unfortunate.
wow, what a game. What a game by just Brown University. It's
I'm gonna say something. We played really, really well this game.
they played very
Um,
solid. They just they played really they
well,
they played just really really solid. I mean,
this is a team that has beat some of the teams that we lost to,
this is
and the
true.
fact that we were able to do that well against them, I think that
Um,
shows our growth as a team.
this is very very true. I think the Braun and the Sejuani pick were a bit daunting. Personally, I think we would have been okay if we saw Garen, if we saw Darius, just to have a little bit more of lane pressure, a little bit more of like yeah, just a little bit more lane pressure with
It's a little bit of something,
yeah, a
but
little bit of something.
at the same
Nasus
time, the
pick was
Nasus was a
solid.
good pick
Yeah,
because
it was a great pick.
Nasus has that sustain, and
Yeah,
they were melting us so fast. They would just kept.
yeah,
We needed something like that,
mm,
and Nasus was a good attempt at trying to get that. And I feel like we could have done it. They just had a lot more outplay.
very tough bot lane
Very.
for Point Park as well. When Ezreal got that double kill, it seemed like that. It seemed like bot lane kind of just
It
went all
kind of
the way
went
downhill.
downhill after
Yeah,
that.
and then Ezreal
And
got
then
fed,
Amumu,
and whew,
I like the Amumu roams, but I feel like sometimes maybe it was probably a better idea to stay down there with that
kept
Zaya while
getting
that.
caught. Like in a lot of team fights, the Mumu was getting caught constantly, and it wasn't it was maybe a play of mispositioning, but it was a lot of times where during the fight, a Mumu
We
would
would
go
try
in
and
and
jump in and
ult.
try and get the
Yeah,
stun
exactly.
off, but nobody would be there to
Yeah,
kind of help him out.
nobody would be
And that's
there.
not really a fault of either of them. I feel like both sides had like a good thought process, like, okay, we need to back up a little bit because they're
Yeah,
kind of hurting us at the same time. It's like we need to go in there and try and get a pick off.
yeah.
Like both great ideas. I just don't think they were connecting very well.
That team fight at I'm not sure if it was second or third drag, but that team fight at drag, and just Ezreal hitting those Qs,
Hmm.
WQ, that constant
It
combo.
was
It was
it
hurting.
was
It was
rough.
hurting Plain Park. And by the time the team fight actually started, three of Point Park's players are like half health.
Hmm.
And I mean, there's only so
And
much you could do with that.
and like I said, Zaya was left alone a lot of the time, which isn't a bad thing. Because then she
Definitely.
gets solo lane XP, but the only issue of it was Braum and Ezreal were running her down,
Oh
and
yeah.
Sejuani was
Oh
coming
yeah.
down and jumping on her, so they were all getting fed off of
Brown
her.
University, I think that was a great play by Brown
Mhm.
University. They knew they were like, okay, they're leaving Zaya to try to farm, try to get online. And so they're like, okay, we're
And
gonna
so
waste
Amumu can like roam around the map and get kills
exactly.
in other places, but
We're just gonna die for constantly and just give her
no
no room
room
to
to
breathe.
get up there
Yeah.
and then get them fed off of it. But yeah,
But
I think
it's
then
the way she goes, sadly. But we're going to come back at 2:30. That's going to be our second round of matches. Be excited, stay excited. A little bit rough for Plain Park, but we got another game. Don't miss out. But we'll be back at 2:30. And so, woohoo! Bye.
and we're back.
Alrighty, here we go. On the event, we have a game at 3 o'clock, as we said, and this is going to be against
I think it was Boston.
Boston. Yes,
Yes,
this will be against Boston, and so yes, it'll be a second game of the day. Two games in one day. Yeah, it's eventful.
it's kind of exciting. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. It's quite exciting. It's a lot of league. Makes me want to play league. I might be playing league until like 4 a.m. to be honest tonight, but it's okay. It's all right. And so, but yeah, but coming back to that last game, it was a bit rough in that mid game and end game, and so I'm
Mhm.
hoping that Point Park can is able to just maybe clean that up a bit and just have a more solid end game. To be honest, I think once we get better at our mid game and end game, then a lot of these matches are they're just gonna be just better for us. But our early game is really really
Really good.
solid. Yeah, really really good. It's just a matter of just capitalizing off of that.
Now, do we know anything about Boston University? Because I know we knew a bit about what was it?
Yeah.
I already forgot their name. I feel bad about that.
Well, there's I know Boston's top lane plays Ornn and Sion from what I've heard, and so there could be a lot of split pushing potential with Sion. that kind of playstyle I could be doing.
And then there's the
Or
Ornn upgrades with Ornn.
yeah, exactly. And so that's gonna make team fighting just
A
a
little
lot
bit
more
more
crazy.
difficult.
Yeah, but we might see Darius because Darius was not banned. Malphite was banned, but Darius wasn't banned. And so if we see Darius, then that mean when it comes to early game and when it comes to getting fed easily, then that's gonna give so much more just firepower to Point Park when it comes to the early game and the mid game.
We could also be seeing that Garen from the one game.
I would love, bro. I
You
hate Garen.
hated that
Yeah,
Garen.
no, I hate Garen. Maybe, but no, no, I don't even. No, no, we're not even gonna speak that into existence. Honestly,
You're
I
not gonna
don't, I
utter
don't
the
want to see the
words.
Garen. I don't want to see the Garen. I'll see a Malphite. I'll see a Darius. I'll see maybe hell we can maybe even do a Scion or an Olaf, but I don't want to see Garen. Hate that champion. Same with Darius, but it's okay. I like Darius because I like seeing just press R and then they're dead. So
You just win.
yeah, it's like you just win. So, but I do not have. We don't have a lot of information about like how Boston plays, but I'm assuming I want to like speculate and assume that maybe they play bit more of an end game, more of a scaling since they do have Scion and they could just have Scion split push like constantly while the other team fights on bot side. So depends, but we're it's pretty even for as far as teams go. Um, it's like plat average, which our team is kind of like plat gold average. So should be exciting. I hope to see. I want to see an invade. I want to see an invade, and our team get like 3 kills, like we did that last game.
Uh huh.
That was so much fun, actually.
I love seeing Point Park's little invades.
I want to see vibe. I
You
do
want to
want to
see
see.
Vi?
I do want to see vibe support. I think that was really cool to see. A very different type of play style for bot lane, and also having Vi with that Radiant Virtue. I think that was
It was.
really huge.
It caught me so off guard,
Yeah, yeah.
but it was so good and that
It worked
worked
out
out
so
in
well.
our favor.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
thought that was really cool.
Think we should see Annie support. I want to see it.
You want to see Annie
No,
support?
I knew it wouldn't be good. It's.
Actually, I feel
I
like
think
it's
it'd be
not
good.
that bad. It's not something I would ever want to see or ever want to play. But you have the stun
Well, maybe
and you
that's
have
good.
Tibbers. So you get
It's been good
stun,
recently.
Tibbers, what was it, Everfrost.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of nasty. It's not something I
Yeah,
ever want to
exactly.
see.
Exactly. Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want to see it.
Maybe we'll see it. Maybe. I hope we see it.
Yeah.
Well, nah, we won't. They don't play it, so our support doesn't play that, so it's whatever. Pantheon support would be really cool to see. They like brought it out. It didn't really like wasn't really too solid, but it was still fun to watch. Like just Pantheon support. You put lethality on them, and then like all of a sudden it's like a support that's one shotting the entire team.
I hate Pantheon support.
Yeah.
It is awful. It's so nasty.
But we should be playing in a little bit. We're just waiting on Boston to join the session. But I'm excited to see. I want to see Lee Sin because we weren't able to see the Lee Sin mid last game, and I thought it would have been really cool. But the Ari was still solid. It was a matter of farming, like consistently farming throughout the game. That seemed like that is something that's been like an ongoing just an ongoing issue for Point Park throughout the season is just being able to stay consistent when it comes to farming into the mid game and end game. We end up getting wrapped up in
Yeah.
team fights and
And roaming
yeah, exactly, and
and
a lot of roaming, and then you end
we
up just falling behind in the CS and farming. So
so maybe we can try and catch that back up somehow.
maybe yeah,
While
definitely.
also still getting those like
Also, still getting the objectives. I think it's a matter of just like fighting when objectives are not up. Those type of fights, it feels like it tends to like waste time when it comes to farming or when it comes to getting CS at the perfect time. So depends, but little biddle three.
that's my duo partner.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Um
So,
she doesn't know that we're using my account for spectating, so it's my bad I didn't tell her.
that's so funny. Oh, it's so funny name. It's funny name. Well, now they have their fame for like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Maybe they're watching and they're like, yeah, that's me. Like, but I'm excited to see how this game goes though. I just want to. I'm a little bit sad, you know. A little bit sad from last game. Not gonna lie. That's why my voice is a little bit of monotone right now. It's like,
Yeah, no, I feel
yeah.
that.
Yeah, it was a good set of matches. It was just the way
It
the
was
fights went.
unfortunate that we lost. Like,
Yeah. And you know what's funny? We were just watching just watching LEC right there. LC, yeah, LEC. They're live right now, and like I looked at the bans and they banned Jace, and I was like,
maybe
maybe a ban on Jace would have been good, maybe.
did they buff him recently?
Oh yeah, they buffed him.
That explains a
Nah,
lot.
he's
You see,
nasty.
I don't really actually see many Jaces, but like
Yeah,
any Jace I've seen was never that powerful unless it
yeah,
was like an ARAM game. But
yeah, they buffed his hammer, and they buffed, I think his damage in some sort, but he's just really really hard to play against, especially when he gets fed, because then it's like he did last game.
it was
He was just
he
poking them, like
he
just
just
nuking
ran
them.
around and
Irritating.
it was so hard to watch. And
Uh,
I that's something I would never want to go up against. And
yeah, he's getting to the point of like to where like I'm starting to hate Garen and I'm starting to hate Jace as well, to where it's just like I know
I don't know.
Jace takes
I don't
skill,
think
so
anybody is going to top my hatred for Tristana.
see, yeah, that makes sense. I bet you were happy when they just kept on banning Tristana. I was like,
I mean, I was a
"Dude,
little sad because I do
like
like
it,
Kai's
Tristana,
Tristana.
yeah.
I like watching it. But that's
Tristana's
the kind of
nice.
Tristana that I always end up playing against. Like
Oh,
I
that's
will never
fair.
get a Tristana like that on my team. Never. Doesn't matter what game mode it is. It can be Earth, it can be ARAM, it can be Norms. If I have a Tristana on my team, they're never gonna play like that.
No, they just walk around, just right click around the
They
map.
jump in and
They
then
jump in and just
die.
die.
It's like,
Yeah, that's funny. Oh my gosh.
all right, and it looks like we're getting into the draft now.
Alrighty. So we have Chuf, we have Uzi, we have Zenshu, Remak, and Mood Kid as the Boston Brothers.
And they're getting rid of our Lissandra that they probably saw we played last game.
Yep, they definitely want no business with the Tristana, which Tristana was, I think the Tristana pick was pretty solid when it came to some team fights.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Draven ban.
Okay,
Not a bad move. Draven is one of those lane bully champs, and while he's really hard to play properly, if you know how to play Draven, he is terrifying.
he gets fed. I'm about to say he gets fed, and that's
Getting all the League of Draven stacks.
Oof.
The Xayah ban from last game as well.
Love the design. These are some really good bans by Boston right now.
Mm-hmm. But
But
that
it
does
leaves
leave Tristana.
Exactly, it leaves Tristana open. Leaves Tristana, that leaves Cassidy and Ari open as well. So.
Mm-hmm.
And it leaves Lee Sin open.
We might be seeing Lee Sin.
Now Lee Sin mid. Oh, that'd be cool.
I guess it all really depends on who they're going to play, though.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here we go. So then banning champions right now. Aurelian Soul. Okay.
Not bad. Aurelian Soul is up for grabs this
Yeah,
time.
it is.
Was it last week? No, it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, he wasn't in ranked.
Yes,
Well,
because he
wasn't-
had he had just gotten updated,
Yeah, exactly.
and so we couldn't play it. But now we're able to play him. And
It's understandable.
if
I
we
get it.
saw an ASOL, I would probably cry.
So with the Jarvan ban, it's like the last team banned Jarvan as well. They don't want any business with Jarvan at all. So, but here we go.
I mean, I don't blame them. I don't like Jarvan either.
That's fair. We're going into third bans now.
Let's see who
Should be
Point
the-
Park is going to be banning.
Should be the end of first round of bans. Ooh, they're stuck
The
in thought with that
suspense.
third ban.
Let's see, it's Caitlyn.
Okay, Caitlyn
Also a
ban.
pretty good ban. Caitlyn has that big poke.
Oh,
in
but
that
now we
rank,
have the
and the
Aphelios.
Aphelios, which is just another
That's-
poke champion.
Yeah, that's unavoidable. You can only ban but so much.
Yeah,
They tried that. They targeted Point Park targeted Draven. Point Park targeted Kate.
and they were like, nope, we want Aphelios.
I know we'll get Aphelios. It's okay.
It's okay, we got Aphelios. But we got
Now we have
Tristana.
So this is going to be an interesting ADC. There's going to be a lot of poke damage in the bot lane. And the Vi
Is it gonna be good? Are we gonna see Vi support?
I want to see it.
Let's see it. Let's
Lock
see
it
it.
in,
Let's see
bro.
it. Let's see
Lock
it.
it in.
Come on, come on, come on, come on,
Lock
come on,
it
come on.
in.
I'm gonna be very sad if this doesn't knock it.
Yes. 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 Vi support. Yes. It's either Vi support or Vi jungle, but I do
I
wanna see
hope it
at
is
least
Vi
jungle.
support.
I want to see at least jungle with Vi support because that worked out really,
It
really
was
well.
so good.
That was a nasty combo.
Vi and Elise running around the map together.
Exactly.
That was so good. I would love to see it again, but it does look like they're gonna have an Akali.
Oh, wow, an Akali. So that could be a Akali top, could be
Or-
a Akali mid. It depends. So this is... We're definitely going to be seeing, I think, Lee Sin. Could do Lee Sin mid into
Yeah,
Akali.
I feel like Elise
Maybe.
would work into Akali.
Maybe. Depends. Then she picked him for the third pick for Boston.
Volibear.
Top?
It could also be
jungle?
Volibear. Yeah, like jungle.
Oh, this is the Lee Sin mid. I love it. I love it. Lock it in. You know what we got to do.
Do it, do it, do
It's
it,
time.
do it,
It's
do it,
time
do it,
to pull it out.
I need to see it. I
It's
haven't
time
seen
to
it yet.
pull
I've
out the
heard
Lee
so
Sin
much
mid.
about the Lee
It's
Sin mid,
time
and
to
I
pull it
haven't
out.
been able to see it in action.
Come on, lock it in.
Come on.
Come on.
You're holding it there.
Let's go.
Let's see it.
Yes, sir! Let's go! Lee Sin mid! Yes. Okay, so
Let's see these bands.
now we're going to the second round of bans right now. It's Point4's turn.
Anticipation of just sitting here and waiting for it to happen is like, who are we gonna see?
I wonder if they're gonna ban Darius.
Lulu.
Okay.
Also, not bad. We had the issue with the Lulu last game,
Yeah, especially.
and if one of their guys plays Lulu, then that's good.
and if Ophelio gets fed along with Lulu, that's just not fun.
Not at all. Imagine big Aphelios.
Oh no.
Big
No,
Aphelios and Fernamolt.
that's just annoying. I would just be like, all right, like, I wouldn't click anymore. I'd just be like, all right.
I might just
go.
stand there
I'll
and
go back to
take it, be
base.
like, yep. I need to buy items anyways.
Ban
Karma ban. Oh,
It's
they
very
don't know
solid.
about Vi support.
They don't know about Vi support.
They don't know
at
about
all.
Vi
They don't
support.
know.
Like, yeah, we'll ban for their support.
Yeah, they still. Yeah, exactly. They're still banning for supports. Exactly. Oh.
And the Jax ban,
Jax ban.
also pretty good because Jax is awful to play against.
It's annoying. It's very strong right now. I believe they nerfed him in this past patch.
I
but
don't know.
still
I
a
just
good
played
pick.
a game I think it was maybe like 2 days ago. I don't
Still
remember when
very
the patch
strong.
was. Where maybe he was just a really good Jax player. I don't know, but I was not having a good time against the Jax.
Nah, big good time.
He just kept jumping and one-shotting me, and it made me sad. But they did
Yeah,
ban the Malphite, which
they-
also makes me
Yeah,
sad.
they don't want to deal with Malphite. No one wants to deal with
I
Malphite.
mean, I guess I can't blame them.
But now that leaves Darius. I mean, this leaves a wide range for Kaki to play.
Darius, Garen, Sejuani,
Exactly.
Yorick. We have a lot of options that we could be seeing in the top lane.
Wonder what he's gonna pick.
This is Elise!
Elise, we have the Elise. Gotta get
Oh
that
my-
locked in. And now Boston is like, okay, so it's Vi support. This is a little bit weird.
I don't think they know it's Vi support. Like, who's the support?
Exactly.
Because think about it. Vi, Lee Sin, and Elise. They don't know who's going where.
Yep.
It's like three
They could
junglers.
pick
One of
Vi
them's a
top.
support, and one of them.
I wonder if that's volley. I'm really wondering if that's volley jungle or volley top.
Maybe they're throwing a curveball into volley support.
So that
It's
is gonna be
probably volley jungle.
Yeah, definitely volley jungle
Or in top.
or in top, which
So then this just leaves their support pick, I am assuming.
should be the
Unless they're
support pick.
throwing a curveball and we're going to see something crazy and then we're not going to be able to tell who's where. Thresh support.
Thresh.
Threshing with Aphelios is
Oh,
difficult.
Thresh with Aphelios, but then in team fights you have Thresh and Ornn and Volley. That's, I mean, a lot of team fight potential, very strong team fight potential.
Honestly, if
for,
Aphelios, Volibear, Ornn, and Thresh can melt them all down, Akali can just come in.
yeah, and then clean up.
Perfect. What was it? Perfect execution.
Yeah, and it's over.
Mhm.
Literally. But now we're kind of in that same situation. Oh, and we see
Yes.
the Darius.
I love the
Now-
Darius pick.
Changes everything. Changes everything. We saw the
And-
Darius versus the Ornn in our first game of the season, and it was very enjoyable to watch. Kakid, he just absolutely popped off in the top lane. But now this leaves a similar situation like last game to where or the last set of games that we did that was oh my goodness, that was against I forgot the name.
The Brown University.
Brown University, to where it's very they have a very solid front line. You're looking at Thresh, you're looking at Volley, and you're looking at Ornn. Boston has a very solid front line, but can also deal a lot of damage having that Akali, having Aphelios, and having Volley. And so this is okay. So we have Vi support. Tristan, Lee Sin, Elise.
We have
A
a lot of
lot
ability
of-
to get into their backline.
Yeah, but this is also a lot of comfort picks for
Point Park.
just for Point Park. This will be the ideal team, the ideal top comp if Point Park could get this. I want to say every game because you have Vi, Ribeiro, he pops off on Vi like all the time. He's solid. did you have prior info? Like, did you have prior info, like, about this team before you picked the team comp, or is it just you had an idea, but this is like a total flip? Like,
We picked a team comp that we thought might benefit our strengths.
yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a very annoying team to go against. Oh my god.
Thank you. Now let's talk about the team comp.
Do you have that live? Did you catch that live? Okay, so, okay, so our coach, so we just got done talking to the coach. He came in and he told us, good luck to try to explain
What is going on?
just what's going on.
He called it a madhouse of a team comp.
Yeah, called it a madhouse of a team comp. Apparently, what he thought is that he thought this would be a good team comp against Boston. Definitely got thrown for a curveball because, I mean, even we weren't expecting, we were definitely not expecting the volley, the thresh, and the orange pick.
We also just didn't know anything about them.
Yeah, we didn't know anything about them. And so them having this and then along with Akali and Aphelios, I mean,
It's kind of
that's a lot of
spooky.
damage. Yeah, it's spooky. So it's gonna be a weird game. It's gonna be I think a lot of these team fights are gonna just, I mean, you have to put prior on Akali and Aphelios. You
Oh, absolutely.
have to. Like, it's gonna have to be. It's gonna
If
be one
either of them
where,
get fed,
yeah, it's gonna be
we
hard.
we have a lot of squishy
And
champions.
depending on like if this Akali is like Faker or something, then
I
you
sure
gotta
hope
worry
she's
about
not
that too.
Faker.
Yeah, because if she's Faker, then that's gonna make that's gonna make life so much harder. And if you don't know, it's T1 Faker. He's a pro. He's an absolute legend of League of Legends. Like the guy is basically like the god of League of Legends, and he plays Akali. He has an amazing.
You refer to him
mechanics,
as the unkillable demon king, I think it was.
basically, and so
Like that's what the title in like there's a League of Legends has titles and one of them is unkillable demon king. It has like a little
crazy.
profile thing that's supposed to be Faker.
That's crazy.
Like that's his title.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, these team comps are it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a matter of it's either we don't have enough damage against the Ornn, Volley, and Thresh, or we just take out Akali and Aphelios and then you win the team fight basically because the only other person that does damage is Volley Bear.
Yeah.
And so depending on what Volley builds, if he goes into oh my goodness, could go into Riftmaker, into Nashor's Tooth. I mean, I believe that's the usual setup. But then again, could go into Jack Show and do something weird. It's Volley.
I've seen
jungle's
some weird Volibear builds.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, could
I've
even do
seen
Radiant
Radiant
Virtue.
Virtue.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
I've seen Heart Steel.
See, yeah, that's
I think one time I seen Riftmaker.
yeah, because Riftmaker. I mean, you get that constant damage off, and like it's kind of like Jack Show, but instead
But,
of it
like-
doing damage, it does true damage over time, which makes
Mhm.
Riftmaker really, really good. But
I
Yeah.
guess we'll see. We'll see where this goes.
how it gets
And
started.
we're off. We're down. Are we doing an invade
Oh,
bot?
this is chaos. This is gonna be a
I
5v5.
think we're all doing an invade bot.
5v5 ARAM. Here we go. Oh my goodness, this is just.
This is insane. Okay.
But if you feed the Darius, then.
Oh, and I see Highway got the try hard Lee Sin skin on.
Oh my goodness.
My tie with me
The
Lee
deep-
Sin.
Okay.
Lee Sin.
It's
Got the-
chaotic. And Darius is
Ooh,
already on the verge.
Darius is hurt.
Almost dying. Oh.
Oh, and Thresh
Thresh
gets
gets the
first
kill.
blood. It does look like Tristana is in a rough situation, but at least you know what? At least it went to Thresh.
Thresh gets a kill,
I'm
but
gonna say that much.
Akali has a stack on darts.
That's true.
And so maybe it might not make such a difference, but in the
But-
beginning of the game, both level 1, Akali definitely has the advantage right now.
Oh, absolutely. But like, it could have been worse. We could have given the kill to Akali. We could have given it to Aphelios. We could
this
have
is
given it
very,
to the
very
Volibear, who's currently emoting on the buff pit.
He's happy.
He's-
He's just
he's-
happy to be here.
Looks like he's digging a hole.
Yeah, it actually does look like he's digging up the red buff, you know.
Yeah.
Wonder if there's a proper name for the red buff? It probably is.
It's like red brambleback, I think it is.
Red Brambleback. That's pretty cool.
Something like that.
But here we go. We're off, and lanes are starting. Everyone's just getting CS right now, relaxing. Junglers are starting their pathing. Oh yes, we got some action.
Top lane is going in. Oh, it's Kakid going in on the
Yep.
Ornn. He's doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, the Ornn just kind of, I don't know, the Ornn just walked up as if that's not Darius. That's what the plan. Oh,
And Elise is coming in on the Akali with Lee Sin. They're both jumping in.
Oh,
and it looks
done.
Routes gets the kill on Akali.
Ooh, that level 2 gank. You gotta be careful. I call it the routes combo. That's what I'm gonna call it from now on. That's the routes combo.
The routes combo.
You don't wanna get hit by the
Tristana
routes
jumps
combo.
in onto the Thresh. There's a bomb placed on top of him. Does not look like they're going to get much more, but they did shred his health bar.
See, and it's as we were talking about earlier, you could just tell how comfortable and how confident Point Park
It is in these
is just
champions.
playing right now in these champions. Like, they know that there's like, yes, you just gave us our bread and butter. Good luck with dealing with us.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this Ornn pick is going to be really good for Boston if he just doesn't mess up in the laning phase. Along with the Thrust pick. I mean, the Thrust pick, you get level 6, you get that cage to where, I mean,
But at least with Thresh Cage, like, you can escape it.
it's just true. Yeah.
With Jarvan Cage, you have to, like, flash or jump out of it. With Veigar Cage, you're screwed over.
Yeah.
Ornn Cage, yeah, not Ornn,
Already got some
York
invading.
Cage. Oh, wow.
A little bit of some invading. And Darius, confidence.
It looks like Akali's going to start coming up to the fight up in the jungle as well. Volibear is just going to town on Kakid. Ornn jumps in, and it does look like they're going to get the kill on Kakid.
Yeah, it seemed like he wanted to invade, and it seemed like Elise was there as well. But then when Elise backed off,
It
they
was,
ended up catching him.
yeah. Also, I just realized down in the bot lane, Thresh has Glacial Augment, which I think is a little bit nasty.
Yeah, that's gonna be disgusting. You get hit with the hook,
And then
Yeah,
you're
you're not
slowed,
moving. Yeah.
and that is kind of unfortunate. Like, I never thought about putting that on Thresh. I'm not a Thresh player, of course, but
could be a Thresh player. Could start good. This guy hit a hook,
yeah, maybe later I'll start playing Thresh.
put a lamp down. Hey.
Yeah.
So here we go. We got this mid lane. This mid lane is looking very even right now. A little bit weird. Now Darius is 0-2. It's looking kind of rough for him. Not really that rough though. I mean, still laning
Volibear
phase
is
is
looking
fine.
into the mid lane right now. Nope, did he ward? I don't know what he did over there. He kind of just looked in the bush.
Yeah, he's kind of just
He's just looking.
just looking.
Looking a little funny.
But now everybody's relaxing. We have
Just trying to get their farm.
Yep, and we have Drake coming in 25 seconds, and it should be.
It looks like Point Park's going to be setting up for that because,
See, but they already got prior over it, to be honest.
yeah.
And they're already.
Oh, it looks like they're going to be coming down river to try and get a gank off, try and maybe get a pick before going up to drag. Tristan is getting a couple auto attacks up on Thresh. At least did miss
Good
the
dodge by
stun,
George.
but that's okay. It scares him away, keeps him backed up.
Darius is nearing level 6, so now this is where it gets a little bit scary in this Darius matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have. I want to see some action in mid lane. I haven't seen a lot. I haven't seen a lot of action for like 2 minutes.
I mean, they've been kind of jumping on each other a little bit. Akali's
Yeah.
jumping in, Lee Sin's jumping in, but it's not like a lot. Ooh,
Oh, what a
the pullback on the Ornn right there.
Ornn dash.
That damage output on Darius is absolutely insane.
That's why we permaban him. That is just honestly why we permaban him.
You know what? Yeah, that's fair.
So a little bit of like mid lane is playing
Oh.
it very, very safe right now.
Ornn jumps in, but his damage output was not enough to do anything to that Darius right now, at least.
Definitely will see some action from this bot lane as they're nearing. Everyone is nearing level 6 to have that R.
Thresh misses the hook on Tristana, which is great because that would have been a very unfortunate hook, as
Oof.
right now Aphelios has Gravitum, and that would have been a stun. Gravitum and Infernum.
We have a Kali. Kali's level 6 now, so it's gonna be dangerous. She might be looking for a little bit of a combo, a YouTube combo, I'll say.
There is a fight. Looks like it's going to be going down on mid. Both junglers are in the mid lane as of right now. Volibear looks to have backed off, gone down river. Ooh, what's going on in top lane?
Was very. I think the Darius was trying to bait out the dash from Ornn, but Ornn just kept on walking backwards. So it was a good read by Ornn.
Yeah. The Thresh and
Oh.
Volibear are in our jungle. They got the hook off on Vi.
Do not think. I believe Vi gets out of here alive.
Tristana pops heal, which is good because now Vi is alive, but they're able to escape because they both have those kind of dash jumps.
Some aggressive gameplay from Boston on that bot side.
We got some aggressive gameplay up top from Kakid
Yeah.
on Darius.
He's definitely looking for that first, or not first blood, but he's definitely looking for a kill.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell they're trying to gank. See, I'm doing
Darius
it
is
again.
ghosting towards Ornn. Orn
Yeah,
gets
Orn's
the
dead.
ult off.
Oh my goodness.
Dunk him, dunk him.
Oh my gosh! Wow, that was so close.
And Elise gets the stun off on the Volibear. He's dead,
Volibear's
he's dead. Ribeiro gets the kill. Elise jumps in, goes after Aphelios.
They burn the flash. All right, now Aphelios has no flash. Darius gets a phenomenal kill on Orn. Just
Jungler
great
is
timing.
out of the fight. I think they get that dragon.
It's a free drag. That'll be a
Free
free
drag.
drag from Point Blank.
Akali is back there, but she's backing. Aphelios is also backing. They're not going to get there in time to do anything about that.
Wow. What a play by Point Park, just all
drag.
across the map. And this is this early gameplay that we're talking about right now. Again, if we did a statistic on how many times Point Park will get the first dragon of the game, I want to say it would be about about 55-60% of the time, just because of how strong their early
definitely.
game is. But here we go. And so
Volibear's
Boston.
taking his buff.
Yep,
That's all he can do right now.
Volibear's looking pretty cute right now. I mean, I love that.
You just
skin, to
call
be
him
honest.
cute.
Yeah, I think Volibear's pretty cute. You know, he's a big old bear, big old stormy bear. You know what I'm saying?
If we're allowed to be talking about the enemy team's champions, I think that Chroma is really good on that Aphelios skin.
Yeah,
I really like that Chroma. I also just like Spirit Blossom Thresh. I know a lot of people don't like it because like they made him not a monster anymore, and it's like, okay, but he looks
Human
cool.
Thresh is pretty sick. Pretty
Yeah.
handsome too, actually.
Kali and Lee Sin are trading on each other in the mid lane, which is it's pretty even
Ooh.
for the trades. Akali does have a bit more of a health bar than Highway, but Elise is standing right there.
I wonder if Akali had a. Yeah, Akali definitely had vision there, and then
Yeah.
that mid river bush to tell that Elise is there.
I wonder if we're going to be setting up for a Rift Herald right now, because we totally could. If we can get a little bit of prio in the mid lane, a little bit of prio on the top lane,
Yeah,
we can go for that Rift Herald. Or even if we don't. Like-
definitely want some prio in that in the
but
top lane.
Boston University is going to be looking for that as well. Akali gets the kill off on Lee Sin, which is unfortunate, but
Yeah, but it's alright. I mean,
Oh my
that's
God.
the nature of Akali. Oh wow, what a play
Thresh gets
by,
the kill on Tristana.
just a great hook by Thresh, and Thresh is a very difficult. He's honestly a very difficult support to go against because, well, it's almost the same concept as Nautilus and Blitzcrank. You get hooked, or if you just get hooked in general, you're most likely dead. And
We got the
easy
kill on
clap.
the Orb!
Darius diff. You press R and it's a wrap.
It's over.
You should
He
have banned
didn't.
Darius.
He might not
It's
have gotten
unfortunate.
the final hit off
Yep.
with the ult, but
But
the
it doesn't
bleed,
matter.
the
Yep.
bleed was enough to get him out of that fight
You
completely.
have 5 stacks on that bleed.
And
it's nothing.
looks like we're getting Rift Herald.
See, as you can see,
Darius is gonna keep that
Darius is
Volley
fat
Bear
though.
off of it. Orin is teleporting back in the top lane. Akali is teleporting to mid. But it does not matter. We get Herald.
Here is Sheen. Darius has yeah, I could not tell you what that axe is, but it gets 15 attack speed and some attack damage. But
Orin's
here we go.
looking at Darius, unaware that Lee Sin
Oh, what
and
a great
Elise are
stun.
back there. Elise jumps in, gets the final hit on Orn.
Jesus.
Right now, Ralph is 2-0.
They're not letting Orn play the game.
Honestly, that's probably
What's
a really good play.
happening?
If we can keep top lane with all of that pressure,
So much. They're bullying the Orn.
and we get a couple plates off on mid tower with Vi and Tristana dealing so much damage just with Tristana, and
And now we have the Rift, this is huge for mid lane and a lot of gold.
that
for Point
tower
Park.
is either going to be gone or with just a sliver of health left. Either way, we're getting those plates, which gives us so much gold,
Look at the tower itself. That's even
but it does look like down bot lane, Thresh and Aphelios are trying to take that tower as well. Let's just hope we can get it first so we get the first tower gold.
fairly
And
smart.
it looks like we got it. We got first turret.
Nice.
We get first turret gold. So even if they get that turret down there, it's not first. They don't get the gold. They don't get the special gold.
Yeah, the special gold. Special gold for
The
first
special
items.
gold.
Darius has Trinity Force. This lane, I could confidently say this lane is practically over.
Oh, absolutely.
It's gonna be looking very grim, very rough.
And
over
bot
there.
lane didn't even get the turret. Didn't get
I
it.
see that's unfortunate.
Has one plate left.
Oh my gosh, and the Darius is just gonna walk the Orn down now. Oof, I thought he was in the tower. I was like, hold on there, fella. But
Orin has a bit too much health to be able to do that right now, especially
now
without Elise.
Thresh
But
has a bouncy on his head. which I didn't even realize that he got another kill.
Yep, he's 2-0.
And
But at the
that's-
same time,
that's not very
those
good.
kills didn't go to the ADC.
Exactly.
As a support player, one of the things I do a lot is accidentally steal kills, and sometimes it's funny because I like being fed. But at the same time, it's not going to win us the game because the ADC is not fed, and the ADC doesn't have that damage output because they don't have those kills to back them up.
You want to get the ADC online as fast as possible.
Absolutely. At least give them one of the kills. Like, if you take out on accident, okay, but Thresh has gotten both of them. I don't know if it was on accident, on purpose, but Aphelios is down on kills. There is a fight going on in top lane. Ornn has ulted on Darius. It does look like he's in a bad position right now, but
Yeah.
Darius wins this.
I could definitely see that Ornn definitely hesitated right there. I think he could have killed Darius, but I don't think he was
If they
confident
didn't,
enough.
if there wasn't a hesitation there,
Yeah, I
that
definitely
would have
think
been
he
over
killed
for
Darius.
Kakid.
Yeah.
But he stepped away, he hesitated, he tried
Yep.
running in.
Now you're dealing with a fed
Tristana
Darius.
just ulted Volibear out of the fight.
That's gotta be annoying. That's gotta be irritating, to be honest. Without
I would be so upset if I was Volibear right now.
We got the Lee Sin and Akali matchup. It's a little bit of a 2-level difference between Akali and Lee Sin right now. But 2-level difference, but Lee Sin has been in more team fights than the Akali, and we can definitely see his impact throughout the map between the players.
I can see right now Thresh has gotten first item as well. He has gotten Evan Shroud, which probably would not be my pick because right now Elise has the AP, which isn't bad because Elise hurts.
Yeah.
But I would have gone something a bit different. That
Definitely
is
want
just
to go a little bit more something like AD defensive since you
yeah,
have
especially with all of the
Darius.
AD we have. We have Darius,
Yeah.
Lee Sin, Tristana, and Vi.
Definitely, and I think Ornn is going to try to get a Radiant Virtue online as fast
Mm-hmm.
as possible.
But on top of that, Tristana has that Kraken Slayer. Lee Sin is just going
Oh, yeah,
in on
going at it.
Akali right now.
So they were not able to pick up that kill on Akali.
Ornn is coming down towards the river, and Elise looks like she's going to catch him off guard down in the bot lane. They just got the kill on the Vi.
Yeah, it was quite unfortunate. Just tower
They
diving.
dot
that
our
bad.
turret, but we're going in on that Ornn.
Yeah,
Ornn
that's,
is not
oh
allowed to
my
play the game.
gosh,
The
that's
highway gets the
annoying.
kill.
That's so annoying. That has to be.
That is unfortunate.
I'd just be tilted. I'd honestly be tilted.
I'd give up.
Yeah, that's got to be hard on the mental. for Ornn.
FF15, I would.
Yeah,
And we get tier 1 top turret off of that.
but as we keep on saying this, it was a similar situation for the Ornn versus Darius matchup in the first game, and all the Ornn had to do was just, kept on dying, but just give it some time.
But we got to look
and-
at it. Like,
Yeah,
that game, we also weren't having as much. Like, we were kind of losing in a couple other games that game, if I remember correctly. Like, I think mid lane was struggling. I think bot
Yeah.
lane was doing okay, but then they kind of fell off a bit. Right now, we're doing pretty good. The
Definitely.
only person who's a issue on their team right now who's any sort of fed is Thresh, and that's because Thresh is 3-0.
surprisingly, it's 3-0. Goodness gracious.
The only other kills they have 1 kill on Volibear and 1 kill on Akali.
It's unfortunate that Thresh has all these kills, really. I think it would have
Oh,
helped Aphelios
absolutely.
a lot. Aphelios would have been probably like midway to second item if he had 3 kills.
Aphelios would have been terrifying if he had those 3 kills. Even just,
But now everybody's getting their first item online now, and it seems like Volibear is what I thought would be Riftmaker, but it's not going to be Riftmaker. It looks like it might be Jackstraw.
it might be.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm not sure because he does have that armor, that 40 plus armor piece. So I'm not really sure what this Volibear is trying to go into.
It could absolutely be anything. Honestly, for all we know, we could go into Death Dance first.
That would just be wild.
It would be. But, like, I wouldn't be surprised. Lee Sin jumps in on the Volibear. Volibear ults on the Lee Sin. Vi jumps in on, who's that right now? I can't tell. Akali. Akali's dead.
Yep, Akali.
She
Yeah.
dashed in the Kaizek.
Yeah, it was a cool. It looked pretty
I
cool.
was
for a
waiting
bit,
there
but
for.
Just gave Kai a kill, and Kai with Kraken Slayer, and Lee Sin having Gorgerker, which gives him a little bit of sustain in team fights as well. That's gonna be really huge. for
Looks
point
like we're
guard.
going to be taking Rift Herald, but Boston University is right around the corner.
I definitely love how the Darius is split pushing now. in bot lane and knowing that no one can fight him practically. And Ornn is trying to be team fight oriented because that's what the champion is made for, but at the cost of just not paying attention to the
bot turret. They get bot turret. The fight for Rift Herald ensues as Kha'Zix slays Volibear.
But an insane ult by Ornn.
Ornn does get a highway, and it looks like Aphelios got routes, which is unfortunate. It looks like they might be getting that Rift Herald off of that, unless Ribeiro comes in and tries to steal it, which I feel is absolutely possible. I don't know if it's doable, but like I can see it happening.
That'd be intentional.
Otherwise,
at that point.
we can have Ribeiro go down and start trying to set up for drag, get some vision around there, because
Well,
Ocean Drake is up in 22 seconds, and we are up on Drakes.
Well, 1v1 in the ball lane between Darius and Akali, maybe, or nope, never mind. I would love to see Darius go into Steric's Gauge. As you can see, already has that hammer to where it gives health and also gives health after attacking a champion, which that's just very good for Darius. You know. Oh.
Akali sees Darius.
Okay.
And it does look like Volibear ended up going into what is that one? Is that one Frostfire?
Frostfire Gauntlet. Yeah. That was something I was definitely just not expecting. Honestly, I was definitely expecting some sort of damage since you have the Ornn and you have the Thresh. I mean, what would be a point to do more sustain? But
Darius is just 2v1ing Volibear and Ornn right now.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god, and he wins.
Here we go.
I know
Here we go. We're gonna get another kill.
Is he gonna get Ornn too? Oh my god! And while that is all happening, Point Park is taking Ocean Drake. We get the third dragon. That is a kill on Highway.
But here we go.
But
oh,
they're just.
Akali.
Akali gets the shutdown on Kakid.
Wow.
And
see,
Ribeiro is down. Aphelios gets a triple kill. Now Aphelios is 5-0.
No.
But we got Ocean Drake.
Got the Drake, and now we are at soul point. So ideally, Point Park could just play for the soul point and bounce this game back. But now Aphelios got 3 kills, has Kraken Slayer with the BF sword for 40 attack damage. We have 3 kills on Dark Seal and also Akali's item now. So that was a great play by Boston to keep them inside of the game. But I just don't know how much longer they can stay in the game until Point Park gets the soul.
Yeah.
Dragon's gonna be really, really important for these next few minutes. And Darius was just kind of bullying them for a minute, but he gets Hull Breaker. So now you're dealing with a Darius with Hull Breaker.
He's just gonna start split pushing.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be.
It's not like I don't even think they can really contest him. Like unless all of them come down for him.
All of them.
Like if there's just a 1v1, I feel like Darius is going to win that.
I mean, ideally Darius only died there because of the Aphelios. Aphelios was there and Akali was there. But if Aphelios and Akali are not there to take care of this Darius, I mean, you can't just leave this Darius alone though. So it's going to be really, really tough for Boston.
But if Akali and Aphelios go up to deal with Darius, then it leaves the rest of us open to do other things.
Exactly, and that is probably the whole intent of what Point Park is doing right now. They're definitely fighting for Baron right now. They're trying to look for vision, both teams are trying to set up. Ooh, and
we have a lot of options here. We can try and go in, jump on Thresh and Volibear. We can leave them be, just let them move out of the way so we can set up vision.
I definitely would love to see Darius in bot lane, split pushing really, really hard since they know that's a fight for Baron. But then again, this Baron is.
I think it's better if he's there for the fight for Baron.
This is true. This is very, very true.
Like if that is the plan, fight for Baron and then send Darius off into a lane.
But here we go. We have the Ornn ultimate.
That was an interesting Ornn ult.
I think they were trying to go for Elise.
Yeah.
But now you don't have that ultimate.
She's just
for
gone.
Baron.
She's just leaving.
And that's honestly a really, really good play for Point Park because now you don't have that Ornn ult to contest the Baron if they want to pursue the Baron now. So
Ornn is chasing that Elise down. Looks like Thresh is going to try and come to help out with that. So is Aphelios, but Darius is also right there.
Elise is home. But this is looking very. Don't want to say slow, but a little bit more lax. There's not much going on. As you can see, Boston and Point Park, they're trying to look for some team fights to take around the objective. They definitely don't want to take any unnecessary team fights that are not around the objective.
Ornn looks like he's trying to keep an eye on Kakid in the top lane with Darius. I'm not really sure what he can do against Darius. I wouldn't know what I would be able to do in that situation.
stay in lane, but he has Warden's Mail, so maybe his sustain against Darius will be a bit better, but then you're dealing with Hullbreaker, and when Champ is alone with Hullbreaker, they get that bonus resistance and so much health, so, and also a little bit of damage, so it's gonna be very hard for Boston to try and just figure out what to do with this Darius that keeps on pushing these side lanes, keeping that pressure. And so Baron is just kind of sitting there, and Point Park is still playing on top side because they know and they're aware that Baron is up. But this is the point in the game to where we're looking. Akali is still farming. Akali nearing 200 CS. Aphelios, they keep on farming. Now has Infinity Edge, but Tristana also has Infinity Edge. So ADCs are pretty
kind of neck and neck a little bit.
Yeah.
Aphelios does have the shoes advantage on Tristana right now.
Exactly.
Tristana is trying to still build towards those berserkers. But on Vi, we have Black Cleaver out and plated steel caps.
Black Cleaver first item.
Bad choice, I don't think.
Not a bad choice. Definitely would have loved to see Radiant Virtue though, just because I mean it's by support and having that Radiant Virtue helps out Tristana, helps out Elise and Lee Sin. So
And helps out with just sustain while ulting.
exactly.
Because Vi's ult is literally jumping onto the enemy.
Not sure how that didn't hit on their own,
I
but
don't know how that didn't hit either. What are League of Legends hitboxes?
but now we're sitting here, and now you have this awkward 1v1. Orin and Darius kind of just staring at each other, and Dragon's about to come up in 14, 13 seconds.
Yep. Baron is up right now. I think maybe Point Park might try and go for that. And by the looks of the pings, it looks like while Point Park tries to go for that, Boston University is going to go for drag. Nope, they're not. They're going to try and contest that Baron.
Wow, and Point Park is...
Maybe it's a bait for Baron. Maybe they're trying like bait for Baron, get them out there. No, they're just taking.
They're actually
They're
taking
just winning.
Baron. They just wasted... Wow, Point Park wasted no time to take Baron, but that is going to be a massive Orin ultimate, possibly...
Well, Aphelios solos the Ocean Drake.
Wow. Aphelios, wow.
Elise just gets out, but it does not look like she's going to stay out. Tristana and Lee Sin make it out alive. Darius is running towards bot lane.
I definitely would have thought that Point Park would play around the Dragons.
It's more of a thing that they didn't have any dragons, so this was a soul they could be okay with letting go.
Makes
That,
sense.
and I think the entire team was up there, so it wasn't like, oh yeah, they're going to come up towards Drake. Like, I was not expecting Aphelios to be able to solo a Drake.
Definitely, the soul is that fast as well.
Yeah.
But here we go. So now they're gonna try to, Boston's gonna try to push top lane with Volley and Orin. Orin is backing.
Darius is still pushing down bot.
And with Baron, that makes the Darius split push even more crazier. But here we go, and it seems like actually Darius is gonna try to go into Force of Nature, which is not a bad pick, honestly. And look at that, just so much tower damage that Darius is doing. 2-level lead between, oh my goodness.
That bot tower did not stand a chance.
Oh, it seems like they tried Darius and Orin did a little bit of trading there, but nothing too crazy.
Looks like we're going to be trying to push in the mid lane as well. Try and maybe take that tier 2 turret.
The 4-1 split push is looking pretty solid right now for Point Park. You have 4 in the mid lane and 1 in the bot lane. Just trying to push out these waves, and there's only so much Boston can do, and they can't do anything to this Darius split. They just totally forget about it.
They can't. Darius is in their base.
Massive ult by to give at least some kills, and look at that. Now
The
we have
entire team is facing off against Darius. While
oh my goodness,
Oh my
you don't
God.
want that. You don't want that. And Orin does not die, and Darius,
Somehow.
oh my goodness.
But
Wow.
by doing that, having their entire team down there to get Darius, they just lost tier 2 mid tower.
And I believe that Darius possibly could have 1v3'd if he got the Conqueror proc if Orin died. The fact that Orin did not die there is just by the grace of God, honestly. But here we go. And now it's looking like, 2 weeks ago, that game. So we're now Point Park is kind of taking over. They're doing a lot with this Baron buff. They're
It looks
taking
like-
objectives, getting more gold, taking the farm.
It looks like the first Orin upgrade of the game has been played, and Orin put it on himself. I'm not sure if that was the play I would do. I would personally, I would put it on either. I'd put it on Aphelios,
Oh, yeah,
I'd put it on
definitely Aphelios.
Akali, I'd put it on Thresh, but I mean, I guess he needs the sustain.
But now Thresh has Zeke's Convergence. And
Ooh.
with that item, you get hit by the hook, you're instantly dead because you take so much more damage, just from basically all sources.
Yeah, that's gonna be unfortunate.
Definitely. But this Thresh hasn't been able to make much impact in this team. But it's been a lot of this Ornn ultimate. This Ornn ultimate, I mean, it's what makes Ornn honestly, and what makes him so strong just as a team player.
It's good for when we get knockups on them. Like, not when they get knockups on us.
Yeah.
Like we saw with the Elise up towards Baron. That knockup got her killed.
Yep. Exactly. So here we go. Just level 16 Darius with Hullbreaker and Force of Nature now. I mean, that Akali's not doing much now.
Nope, not at all.
And look at that. Cannot.
Darius just got to take that tower. That tower's not going to exist anymore.
There's not much to do.
No more tower. We got an Ornn ult. It looks like he's going to try and get a 3-man, but he gets a 2-man. Lee Sin comes down to help out with the...
And Ornn is dead.
Ornn's dead. There's no more Ornn. And the kill goes to Kai6. And the M7 flash from Highway.
M7 flash is a little bit crazy from Highway, but his Lee Sin has been going crazy, so we'll allow it for right now.
He deserves to be able to flash his M7.
That he deserves.
Well, Lee Sin is his highest mastery, if I remember correctly.
This is very true. He used to play a lot. He used to be a Zerglin main.
Yep.
12 years ago.
But he switched over to mid, I want to say maybe about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it's still very recent, but this is crazy. We have now Dragon is up, possibly Soul Point, but they don't even realize the Darius that is just taking
sitting
him,
in their base,
minding his business. They cannot contest. They're trying to contest for this Dragon, and Point Park is going to keep them busy while Darius basically tries to end the game.
running it down.
I think a level 14 Ornn is going to try to contest the Darius. I doubt it.
He's not going to win that.
And look at that.
He's not.
There's
There's
just not much
no
you can do.
way. Honestly, right now, if Kahid can go down and get that bot inhibitor.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely... Ooh, Darius could...
No, he's going to take tower.
He's
He's just taking the tower. There is a fight going on over near the Dragon Pit. Elise just eat out.
Not
Volibear is
quite
ulting in. Akali gets the kill on Elise.
Kali
Darius is just...
Darius by himself just in the base. A crazy
He's taking a
happening
lot
right
of
now.
tower damage, which is making me... Oh, Akali's coming.
Up and
Or
Akali,
an ult, and that's where Darius gets out of here.
and Akali is going to get that kill, which now she leads with 2 kills, getting the kill on Elise and getting the kill on
On
Darius. 10 stacks on
And
Dark
Aphelios and Volibear are just taking drag.
And now this is another case to where they get second drag, just in a fortunate time.
I think we should prioritize next drag a lot more.
Definitely, but now since they did get top inhib, now they have a lot of wave power, which that makes it harder for Boston to contest for Baron in any sort of way. But now you get the Ornn upgrade on Aphelios Kraken Slayer, and Aphelios also has Mortal Reminder, so this Aphelios is going to be doing a lot of damage in team fights now. And Boston is
Trying to take that Baron.
remaining Baron, which is very unique. I would have definitely not expected that.
Elise comes in and takes the Baron.
Takes the Baron. Wow. Oh my gracious.
And Tristana shuts down the Akali. Volibear is coming in from behind, but they are not fast enough to keep up with Vileson and
Oh
Tristana.
my goodness, and that's not fun. And now you have to deal with Darius, who has Baron, who is also nearing level 17, who also has Black Cleaver along with his entire build. So now the Ornn's not doing anything, no matter how frozen heart you got him, no matter how Jack show you're going, it's not working.
It's not enough. And Darius is going to continue split pushing because he has that Hull Breaker. It looks like he's
Oh
going to
my
push
goodness.
in bot, get that inhibitor like I talked about earlier.
It's going to be really tough for Boston to bounce back from, and also just having the Baron taken from you right in front of your eyes. I mean, that's got to be hard on the mental as well.
No, I've been there. It's rough.
It's some of the games like that is where it's like, all right, FF, now I'm really done with this game.
I don't want to be here no more.
But here we go. Point Park playing near bot side. Drag is up in 3 minutes. Baron's up until 4 minutes. So this is now, we're at the point in time to where now if you
Ornn
get one
is
good team fight, it's
upgrading
over.
Volibear's Frozen Heart. It looks like, maybe? Looks like he's trying to, at least.
Yeah, he ends up doing it.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, I'm just, it's uncontrollable.
Aphelios is trying to look at Darius. Looks like Akali's also there to look at him funny.
Yeah, but now we're just
But
pushing
the
all
rest
sides
of our
pressure.
team is in the mid lane. We're going to get that mid tower. Hopefully, maybe we'll get inhib.
Hook, and now also comes
They are just melting Thresh's health bar, but Akali melts both Ribera's and Kha'Zix's health bars. Elise is in a bad situation. She needs to run, but Darius is just taking inhib. Darius took inhib.
And
Oh.
wow. Okay. So apparently someone on Boston's side has left the game. Trying
Is
to
that
figure
what
out.
that means?
Yeah, it was a disconnect. That's basically what happened. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
little bit of a disconnect. So we're gonna come back momentarily, but it seems like Darius is going to take out Thresh, and it might be game. I mean,
It might be
Darius
game.
still has Baron.
Darius is right there.
Yeah, he's right there to base, and so this is now it's an open nexus basically, and that can honestly be
The way
first game.
I'm gonna be honest. The way it sounds out there,
It sounds like that's game. That's what it
Sounds like
sounds
that's
like out
game.
there. So we'll try to figure out. But here we go.
oh, we're back in the game. It does look like they were able to get Darius out of their base.
My goodness.
Sounds like we were wrong about the noises.
Yep. And so here we go. It was a little bit of a team wipe, and now
It's a little bit frozen.
yeah, a little bit frozen again. So not sure. We're just having a little bit of technical difficulties right
Just
now.
a little bit. Oh, nope. We're back.
There we go. 2 minutes until Dragon. 3 minutes and 40 seconds for Baron. And so, but a lot of lane pressure from Point Park. But this also gives super minions to Boston, so they could just sit and farm, and slowly but surely, get a level lead and come back. But here we go. And so we have a lot of
Screaming
yelling,
out there, it makes me very
lot of
excited.
hypeness, lot of hypeness.
I
from
want to
Point
see what
Park.
happens. I want to see what happens.
So we should be momentarily seeing why they're really hyped right now. But
Dragon's up in 1 minute and 25
yep.
seconds.
And this is Soul Point. We definitely
We've been at Soul Point for a hot minute now.
for about like 7 minutes.
If we can get Soul, that'll be really good.
Exactly. It'll be
Because
perfect.
that gives a lot more heal to Lee Sin. When he has Glory Drinker, gives the heal to Darius. And
Exactly.
it's just phenomenal for us.
I could not stop yawning for my
We're
life right
waiting
now.
in the bush. It's a murder push.
Oh, no, not the Thresh.
He's
No,
dead.
there was no reason to do that to Thresh. There was no reason.
There was all of the reason to do that.
So
to Thresh. Look at that
so
man. Look
nasty.
at that man.
And that's game. Point Park is going to try to look in. They're going to try to look the end game here, running it down mid. You see the level 17 Akali looking very dangerous, but it doesn't matter. You have the Darius Hallberger,
No.
and it seemed like
They didn't stay.
possibly my game was over. So as you saw a glimpse of the stats right there, Darius 31k damage. I mean, absolutely phenomenal gameplay.
And killed it.
weren't-
Absolutely killed it.
Yeah, we weren't able to see a little bit of a word flood right there, but
I stuttered.
it's okay. It's out of our
Oh, we
excitement.
get to see.
Okay, we get to see the end of the game. Now, as you can see, Darius level 18. This Hullbreaker is just now. We look at the
Looks like Point Park's going for the
1v3.
dragon while they're.
Alice seems like he's gonna die because Aphelios, but now Point Park possibly gets soul. And Volley Bear
messes up his ultimate. Oh my god!
that is so
That is-
awkward.
I would cry if I
You
was
hate to see it. You hate to see it. I either
Like-
want to say Volley Bear messed up on the ultimate or Tristana just ultimate at a perfect time.
Who knows? Who knows?
That definitely like a misclick though, and you hate to see that. You really Boston really needed that.
Well, it looks like Tristana's had her ult out for a hot minute now. I don't think
Oh my
Tristana
goodness.
ulted him.
So yeah, then wow, what an
That
unfortunate.
is unfortunate. But they are going to be pushing into that mid tower, trying to get that.
And now we have Point Park just trying to defend, and as
We got Ornn trying to teleport into the mid lane. They're inside of our base
wow,
now.
they're looking to. Are they looking to? No, they're definitely not looking to end game. I doubt that. I mean,
Well, they're going to try, I think. I
Darius
definitely
is
think they're going to
now-
be trying for that.
Darius is now alive. Now we got to be very very careful in this fight.
Darius just runs in. He's ghosting Ornn,
Oh,
gets
massive
the ult
Ornn
up.
ult.
Darius jumps in on the Akali.
Now you have Darius. You
Ornn
have
is-
a Darius running around. Oh
You're
my
not
gosh!
paying attention.
Another kill.
They're not
And
caring.
it's another
They
kill.
don't care. They don't care.
They
for
don't see the Darius. They don't see the Darius. They don't see the Darius. They don't see the Darius. Oh my gosh. That
Ace them.
team wipe.
Now we just run it down. We just run it down mid.
It's over. The game
over.
is over. So now you know the game is over. Darius is definitely getting banned. You can see why.
Oh, they're getting rid of that Darius so fast.
That's where they are definitely banning Darius. We will not be seeing Darius for the rest of the match. I hope you had your fun with the Darius mates that are out there. I hope you had your fun looking at the Darius gameplay.
I wouldn't even
because
take
that's
him.
probably the last time we'll see him.
I would just go to tower. Just tank tower a little
No,
bit.
yeah, no.
There
As you can
has
see,
a health bar
he's
for
taking the
it.
tower. It's just, oh my goodness. This is game. It's yeah. Team doesn't come up for another 3 seconds. That's
We
the
win.
first game.
It's over.
Oh my goodness. Just what a
Oh my god.
just a slaughter fest. Just a slaughter fest. A clear, what they say, a clear top diff. We love to see it. We live a clear top diff. We love to see top lane just basically be like, you know what? I'm gonna take this game over and I'm gonna do it myself. And so just getting that first inhib is just absolutely crazy. And yeah, let's check out that Baron. Let's check out that Baron one more time of us stealing Baron. That was
I think that's where we really were like solidified the fact that we won the game.
Oh yeah, no, that
Absolutely.
Baron,
That
Baron steal was
after we stole Baron, like they couldn't really do anything. That Baron gave us the push to get to the inhibs.
Yeah, and you could
It
definitely
it just let Darius go and solo push, and it's over.
This is crazy.
There we
have
are.
now
We're
Dragon
looking at
is
the
up,
replay.
possibly Soul Point, but they don't even. Oh my goodness, just so nasty. But it looks like it came out a little
Never
bit.
mind.
Yeah, never mind to get the replay.
It's
but
okay. We can still talk about it
all
without
right.
looking at it. We can picture
exactly,
it.
yeah.
We can picture it.
You can picture the Baron, but when they stole Baron, you could definitely see just honestly, you could see a change of style, like a change of play from Boston when they got you could
tell that
feel-
took a toll on their mental.
Yeah, exactly. You could tell
That
it took a toll
on
them. It
them.
was just like, all right.
Oh, we got the replay. At
But here
least
we
jumps
go.
in with the
And
blast
takes
code
it
and
He
hits it
takes
with
out.
the smite, and is just able to escape from there.
Just crazy play from Elise
For
right
real.
there. And so routes, I mean, I'd say the priority bands would be Elise and Darius. You just that's we
That's it.
we're not
Get
going
rid
to
of
get that
Elise,
anymore.
get rid of
that's
Darius.
that is we're not seeing that anymore.
Honestly,
That
I
was
feel like we could
ridiculous.
still see the Tristan and the Vi, because while they were a problem, they were not as much of a problem as Elise and Darius were.
Definitely. I think Aphelios was a very solid pick. It was just, I mean, fell through just with that Darius. That Darius is, I mean, he made things really, really tough for Boston in that top side. I mean, actually, he took over top side. And I think when he got the inhib, him going the bot side as well, to where now you have just this constant pressure from side lanes where you're still trying to figure out what to do with this Elise, what to do with this Lee Sin. Lee Sin pick was very, very great. It was very, very solid. The Akali ended up beating him a little bit in the laning phase, but didn't matter at the end.
No. Like, she was able to run around and kill a lot of people, but
Exactly.
running around and killing people doesn't get you towers.
I mean, exactly.
I mean, it
and that's-
does, but not in this
mean,
case.
That's all Akali was really good for, is to just try and finish the kills, but they couldn't finish off Darius. And in that fight, when they were trying to defend Nexus, the whole fight's going on, and no one is paying attention to Darius at all. They're just like,
No, they're like,
let him do their
we're looking
thing.
at Vi, we're looking at Tristan, or we're looking
Yeah.
at this, we're looking at that, and it's
Just
like, Darius is right there.
level
He's
18
spinning-
Darius, like,
He's very large. Like, I don't know why his model was so large in that
oh yeah,
fight.
because when you have that, when you have that much health, you just increase in champion size. It's kind of the same thing with like Heartsteel. Heartsteel
Yeah.
is what gives that, but
And he's
Oh my
he's like
goodness.
spinning in circles like a ballerina, and nobody's looking at him.
yeah, no,
Like, there's how do you not?
And then we get that triple with the R. I mean, it's got to be so satisfying with Darius. But
It was so clean.
yeah, no, I mean, what a great game, great first game from Point Park, and so possibly could go into this as game point and just close it out. But man, this a total flip from first game. Honestly, just a total flip from like the first set of matches that we had at 12. A little bit more intense, a little bit very, very close matches. But now it's just looking like, I mean, it just looked like a steamroll from Point Park. So as you can
This
tell,
was the birthday win you needed.
yeah, it was the birthday one that I needed. And so, you know, that's exciting. You know, I want to see another one. I got to see another win. Got to see maybe not Darius, but maybe Malphite. But this is what puts Boston in a very tough spot, because they're like, We know he plays Malphite.
We
We
know
don't
he
want to deal
plays
with Malphite,
Darius.
but now he plays Darius. But we didn't realize
You know what we gotta do
he
if
was
we
that
can get
crazy
rid
as
of the Darius
Yeah,
and the Malphite?
like
Garen.
get rid of Darius Malphite, and then he goes Garen, and it's like, all right, you
Oh
know
man,
what?
like what are we
You
gonna
know,
do
no.
about
Nah,
Garen?
exactly.
Garen's also spinning in circles.
Exactly, and also pressing R to get the kill.
Mhm.
So it's like, oh my gosh, there's always so many things
Garen
you can
is like
ban.
Darius if Darius was less cool.
You know what I would like to see though? I would like to see Nunu.
You want to see Nunu
I
again?
would
You want to see the
love
Nunu?
to see the Nunu jungle. That was so much fun to watch. Love just seeing that little man doing a little snowball, and then he takes a bite out of you, and then you're dead, and it's like, all right, well, it's,
What are you gonna do about it?
Like, what do you do? So, but
Maybe we'll have another topside invade.
definitely gonna be a ban on Elise. So if they don't ban Elise, then
That's
I
on
mean,
them.
That's
That's their fault.
yeah, no, that's honestly their fault because I mean, the amount of presence that Routes has with Elise is just
Absolutely insane.
it's crazy. It's phenomenal. I mean, especially with these early ganks, he's so good with these early ganks.
And it looks like we're going into the draft.
Wait, so this draft pick
Let's
now.
see who Shuff 204 is going to be banning.
Point Park is, I think Point Park was red side last time as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right, here we go.
They're going to stick with the Lissandra ban.
Sandra band, that makes sense.
I don't blame them for that. That's
Yeah,
fine.
definitely.
We're going to stick with the Draven ban. Also really good, like I said.
Solid Draven
Lane
band.
bully.
And it's so funny because like even the coach said he was like, "Yo, I don't know what we're doing with this comp, but
Have fun
good
explaining
luck."
it.
And they end up winning. So it's like, all right, well,
Maybe we
apparently
can
won.
keep it. Maybe we can keep the comp. Make it silly.
The Zaya band was it's pretty solid. I mean, I understandable. So they'll probably leave Tristana alone. Should see what Point Park is gonna ban. Okay, they banned
Getting
Caitlyn.
rid of the Caitlyn still.
They definitely
Also
do-
still really good. It looks like they're trying to target the ADC.
Oh yeah, they definitely don't want to give the ADC
And
any.
the Silas ban. That's a new one.
That's very interesting because I haven't seen Highway play.
Silas in a hot minute.
Yeah. So maybe they're just very weird, just very very odd bands.
Maybe it's just like they're talking to the mid lane, like, who do you not want to play against? And it's
Yeah,
like, I
but-
don't want to play against Silas.
Thing is now, since I mean, because they have these three bands and they wasted them on Lissandra, Zaya, and Silas. Now, I mean, for these first picks, you could just first pick Darius, get Elise. I mean, and
Even Tristana.
yeah, and even Tristana. And now you sit there with the bread and butter that led Point Park to their first victory. So,
It's like, what are you going to do about that? It looks like they're going to be doing a Jarvan pick.
oh, the J4
Which,
is
if
in
we still,
motion.
if we have the team we had last time, J4 is not gonna really work that well. I'm gonna be completely honest, mainly just because of his ult.
This is
Everybody
very
would have been
true.
able to escape his ult. Tristana jumps out of it. Elise
Yep.
E's out of it. Lee Sin ward hops out of it.
Yeah, this is very true. And
We
yep,
got our
we
Tristana.
got the Tristana, so clearly Boston wasn't really pressed about the Tristana, but don't get it twisted. My boy Tristana is crazy. You leave him alone in that bot lane and he gets
It
two
is
kills,
over.
it's over. And so it's
And we're gonna be picking the Elise as
yeah,
well.
I mean you gotta grab
get the
a-
Elise.
You gotta grab Elise at this point. I mean
How can you not?
exactly why would you not? If it works, then just use it for the next game. I'm very surprised that Boston just didn't respect the Elise and Tristana pick. I would have definitely just banned it.
Yeah, but I guess they're like, no, we can do it this time.
Yeah, we just gotta change up our comp and we'll be able to do it. So, I mean, it depends.
Maybe. I think
Gonna
they're gonna be
stick
sticking
with
with
the
the Aphelios. Aphelios did pretty well.
Yeah, no, that was just a great gameplay by Aphelios. Even though, oh
Swain.
wow, the Swain is that gonna be a Swain support?
I hope not. I don't want to see no Swain in the game. I hate
Oh,
Swain.
Could be, oof. Could be Swain support.
Swain can go literally
Swain mid.
anywhere.
Yeah,
We can see Swain top. I've seen Swain
Yeah.
top. It's kind of scary.
it's it's a weird character. That's just I'll just leave it at that. It's just a very
I have
very weird
no
character.
idea
You
where we're
have
gonna
the
be seeing
R
Swain.
to where the R is practically infinite if you don't get out of it. Also have, I believe it's his E that does the
E is the
does
grab.
root. Yeah, E is the grab.
W is the vision, and
Yep.
Q is the zappies.
Yep, the zappies.
And
Vi support. Oh, and now we have
Nautilus.
Nautilus.
I would
I
like to see the
do-
Vi again, but like Nautilus is pretty cool.
But when you think about it, going against Swain, you wanna keep Swain in place.
That's true.
So with the
That's
Nautilus
true.
pick, you could just knock him up, or you can auto him for the root, and then there Swain sits, can't really do nothing.
We're going to be getting rid of that Maokai, keep him out of the game.
Nope.
Can't let them have any sort of team fight
Have
potential.
the Bandarius.
They got to ban Darius.
That's just.
I don't know if they don't ban Darius.
It's either they ban Darius or they ban Malphite, but either way, I mean, it's kind of like pick your poison at this point.
They're trolling if they don't ban Darius.
I'd be surprised if they waste their bans. No, if they don't waste.
Camille.
See, now this is.
Does Kakini play Camille?
I don't know. No, I don't even. I don't even. No.
Maybe they're just like, who do you not want to play against at this point?
Yeah, this is.
They're trolling.
No, definitely.
Annie.
Well, no, that was towards mid. That was towards mid. The Annie ban is more solid. The Camille
Does
pick.
Highway even play Annie?
Not
I don't
very
think
sure. They're
Highway
probably
plays
just-
Annie.
I guess since Annie is just strong in general right now, they're just doing, I guess, general ban
Oh, they're
picks.
trolling.
Yeah, this definitely feels
Darius. Galio.
the Galio mid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I respect.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of team fight potential from Point Park with the Galio mid and with the Elise and Nautilus.
With the Galio ult just traveling anywhere on the map,
But it seems like we're just gonna see Darius in them. I just feel like, why would you
I
not
will
pick
be
Darius
surprised
here?
if we don't see Darius.
Why would you not pick Darius here?
Oh, they picked his Malphite.
He took Malphite. I cannot believe it. Wow. I was wondering, I was like, where's this Malphite been? We're like, are we gonna see it? And they take Malphite.
They took
And
the
they're gonna
Malphite.
stay
It's
with
gonna be
Akali.
Akali.
But Akali and the Galio, I think this is it's gonna be a very interesting matchup. I think Galio is a little bit more solid against Akali. So Teemo? No way you picked Teemo.
No.
There's no way. I was about to say, what?
Yorick.
Yorick.
Interesting.
I do I want to see a sort of gameplay from Kakid this game, to where almost like the same thing, to where you build the hull breaker and you just split push, because we obviously with Boston they don't do well against a split pusher, especially a fed split pusher as that.
Oh, honestly, that's actually a really good reason why to pick York.
Exactly.
Because York is the split push man.
Oh yeah, it's the god of split pushing. You don't want to go against. I mean, you can't even win against the 1v1 with York when has hull breaker, divine sunderer, with Ceratal's grudge, and it's like, all right, bro, like you got it. Especially building Eclipse with York as well. I mean, that does a lot of damage, immense damage. But
I still think the Camille and Annie bans were.
oh yeah, it feels a bit of a troll. I don't want to say it, but it definitely, yeah.
It's like they left Darius open. So if we have chosen to play Darius, it's like.
Yeah, no, these are some pretty rough bans, but I think the Malphite pick for Boston, depending on how he builds it, if he builds AP, then it might be pretty scary. But I don't think they're gonna build AP.
The thing I have faith in is Kakid plays a lot of Malphite, and so Kakid knows the Malphite.
Oh, he knows
combos,
the matchup.
knows how
Oh,
Malphite
yeah.
plays. I think maybe
Yeah.
he can try and use that to his advantage.
Yeah, this is definitely. I definitely feel like he definitely has the upper hand in this matchup, just because that is his comfort pick. I mean, that's like someone playing set into me, even though I still play terrible against the set. But it's the comfort pick.
It's
you
like
know
when
what kind
people
of
play
mechanics.
Rakan into me.
So you just know what they're gonna do.
I'm like, I know you're gonna jump on me.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna jump on me and eat out.
Yep, that's just. So it's gonna be interesting, but I do want to see what happens in the mid lane. I think mid lane is going to play a very, very important role in this game. I mean, because if Akali gets fed, then it's a nightmare. You have Zanya's glass, you have the perfect execution to use as an escape as well as getting kills. It's
gonna be difficult.
I hate Akali. Oh my gosh, I hate Akali.
hate Akali?
So much. Becomes like as you said, an unkillable demon. That's what Akali. That's what Akali is. Everyone hates Akali. It's just.
They were a pretty good Akali player too.
And they were very, very solid. It's just. But I hope the York. I'm not gonna lie. I just hope York. Hull breaker, run it down. You just run it down that top lane, buddy. Like.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's gonna be Should be an interesting matchup, and with the Nautilus, I think this Nautilus pick is. I think it's very huge for Point Park. It adds a lot more pressure, a lot more presence in the bot lane to where, I mean, bot lane's basically unplayable once you hit Nautilus hits level
Oh,
6.
absolutely.
So, but you have
We
the
can hope.
Swain.
And Swain is also like unplayable against once he hits level 6.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, even at level 3, Swain gets the grab, and I imagine if they invade, that's a free kill, basically.
Well, I feel like a lot of Swains start with grab.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Like, I mean,
For sure.
that's how I play when I play Swain. I'm not
Yep.
good Swain players. Like, I won't say that that's right. Like, I'm not a Swain main at all, but like, I'll start E.
I think it's pretty right. I mean, why would you start with the W? I mean, that's just
I mean, unless you wanted to go get vision on like
yeah.
the
That
enemy, and be
you're
like,
just
I
trolling.
see you.
That's just trolling.
I don't
Like,
think they're just
trolling's
trolling. I
nice.
just think it's probably not your best option. I feel like Q and E pretty good starts.
Yeah, Q. I mean, Q has good burst damage,
Mm-hmm.
but especially if you go like, I don't think anybody would do this, but go like Leandre's Swain.
Oh, Leandre Swain is great.
Really, they did
Really?
Leandre Swain? Oh, I thought it was.
No, that's a
I don't know, I
thing.
thought it was something.
That's a thing.
That makes sense. It's a lot. Oh my God, it's a
When
lot of
I
burst
played
damage.
Swain for a little bit, I loved running Electrocute
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it procs off of grab, pull, and Q, and it procs.
Oh my gosh, it's a devious combo.
It is. It's kind of toxic. I
But-
feel bad about it, but
See, I play set support though, so that's even more. That's even more like ridiculous to
yeah,
me.
that's unforgivable.
Unforgivable.
I'm serious. I hate set support.
Set
I
support is
had
great.
my league bio for a while
Mm.
was literally like screw set supports. Screw set players. I was so mad. I had gone against one too many set players. I was just so mad at. I went against a set mid because I tried
Nah,
to
set
avoid
mid
it
is
and I
crazy.
was
Set
so
mid is
mad.
amazing.
I was like, I hate set players. I hate set players. And then I finally changed it because I met people who played set that were kind of cool, and I was like, oh, I don't want
Hey,
to
well,
say.
there we go. I mean, all set players are cool, honestly.
and
PSA.
we're in the match.
All right, here we go, and it's.
A big
trying
up
to look
burger
for-
Malphite. I can't get over how that Malphite skin
Burger
looks like he has a.
Malphite?
It looks like he has a burger on his head.
Looks so gross.
Looks like he has a burger on his head. It does look like they're gonna be trying to invade on us.
Yeah, looks like. Oh my goodness. They're looking at it.
They're looking.
Yeah, they're definitely looking for an invade here, but
Nope, they just warded. Now they're leaving.
they're not able to. So now it's, yeah. No, I mean at that point now you just gotta go back and just get ready for the game to actually start.
Yeah.
But now York has vision, in that top side, so he's just ready to have that info for whoever comes there, and he's gonna get info.
It looks
that
like he's gonna
Malphite's
see.
there.
Yep. Unless Malphite takes that way around, then
Oh,
he
yeah.
won't get the info on it. But
Yeah.
it's still close enough.
Hey, productive wording always.
It's good to know when the buff spawns, and you'll know when Jarvan goes up there. I don't think the ward is gonna last that long.
Yeah, the ward is
But-
only 90 seconds, so.
Well, even early game, it's
Yeah.
less than that.
Oh, really? Goodness.
Pretty sure, yeah. That's why when I don't place any wards like unless it's like to ward a thing because I was asked to until minions spawn.
Makes sense. That
Just
does
because
make
it will run out before I get back in the lane.
There we go. Now, this really. It's gonna be a very. It's gonna be a
It looks
very.
like
slow
Jarvan's gonna
matchup.
try and level 1 gank.
Do not think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got
I mean,
Tristana's flash, but
good
at least
Tristana
she left
flash.
alive. Elise is also trying to level. That's a
Not
level
too-
2 gank.
Now flashes are traded. You have Akali no flash, and you have Tristana no flash. So, trade of
Yes,
resources.
close enough. Jarvan also doesn't have a flash.
Yeah, which that's
I just saw that.
that's not
That's
hurt him.
unfortunate.
Yeah, that's not hurt him in the long run. But now, as you can see, Elise and Galio are kind of could be invading this bot side.
I think they're just gonna try and wait it out over there and then jump on a Akali when she's least expecting. Like come up.
Oh,
Yep, I was right.
my!
They go
oh,
in
wow.
with the Galio knockup.
Akali just barely misses that Elise stun. Here we
But
go.
it does tank a lot of her health bar and hurts her a lot. Kakita on Yorg is doing some damage to that Malphite. Looks like they're kind of trading pretty evenly. Nautilus gets the hook on Aphelios. We got the
Seems
Pistana
like- oh my
bomb, the
goodness.
exhaust.
Oh my goodness.
Swain does get the hook on Nautilus, but it's not enough to do anything. Aphelios is out of that fight completely.
Oh, you don't want to get hit by that. You
He has to
definitely.
recall. He's losing on CS. The Galio taunt on the Akali.
At least looking for some sort of damage there. Now again, Point Park looking very, very strong right now. You have Yorick being so annoying with the dust. You have Galio and Akali, which is a pretty solid matchup because if Akali even tries to get close.
Oh, they're jumping on.
Oh, is Swain dead?
Is he?
Oh,
Wow!
wow.
The Kaizak's on Tristana.
Wow, and it's amazing how Swain actually, I mean, he walked up without his ADC, so that's just,
That's on him.
yeah, that's on
You
him.
don't do that unless you know you can get a pick.
So it's not solid. Now they just slow push the wave.
Yep. And now they just leave.
Yep. You leave.
Recall, get items.
Maybe two. That's probably two long swords for Tristana. And before even 5 minutes, now Tristana's looking very solid. As we said in draft, I mean, you don't want to sleep on this Tristana. And now is Quiver. I'll call it Quiver.
Noon Quiver.
Noon Quiver, yep. I had a feeling it was Noon Quiver. I just doubted
You
myself.
couldn't be sure.
Yeah, exactly. But now, Noon Quiver. Now it's going to be a lot of damage from Tristana.
Mm-hmm. Aphelios is up in the CS, but I feel like we can recover from that.
Yorick and Malphite are just kind of chilling, looking cute, getting CS, just staring at each
I
other.
don't know if I would call Yorick and Malphite cute, but like,
Yeah, not very,
Malphite is doing a lot of damage to Kakid, but it doesn't look like he can get much more than that.
Yeah.
He backs up. There's still a little York guy chasing Malphite in the corner. Jarvan is top though, which is something that we should be worried about.
Great vision from Kakid. He had a control ward there to see Jarvan. J4 coming up to the top lane, but now here we go. J4 trying to look for a gank and
Swain gets the grab up on Tristana, but
oh my goodness.
it's not enough. It's actually
And
pulling.
Swain is dead.
Swain's
Swain
dead.
is dead. So
Kaizaks gets another kill.
wow.
2-0 before 10 minutes.
if I was not casting, I would personally be like, yo, you're feeding. Let's relax. So, but now Swain gives Tristana another kill, 150 gold bounty, has Noon Quiver now, and Dragon is also up, and now as
And
you
now we
see,
can just look at Dragon.
yeah, it's looking rough for bot lane.
Malphite is doing a lot of damage to Yorick, but I have faith in Kakid. I think he
mean,
can pull through with that.
Kakid just has
I know he's
to
Melt Dragon.
stay alive and wins the game with Yorick. But
Jarvan is looking like he's looking to try and do something about the Dragon. Aphelios is also trying. The Dragon went back into the pit when they really needed it not to. Now there's a team fight going on. There's a lot happening. Kaizaks gets another kill.
and oh my goodness.
Oh my god. But they did kill Nautilus and Galio.
Very solid play from Malphite rotating there. That helps them secure drag. But
York probably gets tower plays out of that.
oh yeah,
so.
probably. Oh my goodness, at least like
He's
3.
York.
That's a lot
but
of money given to
it
York.
does look like Boston is gonna get first drag, which
Oh
is
my goodness.
unfortunate, but we get tower plates.
And Yorick had a slow push to wave as well. That's just, oh my gosh.
We get 2 tower plates, maybe.
Oh yeah, definitely 2 tower plates.
And I would
Wow.
back up from that, yeah.
So much gold given to Yorick. And now that's 2 tower plates lost and only not even 7 minutes into the game.
Yorick is also level 6 now, so he can spawn Maiden, just send Maiden down the lane and help him out with that.
Exactly. But here we go. And so now we have no dragons up. We have Rift Herald spawning in a minute. At least it's top side to play around Rift. We have Malphite up, and that's going to possibly be a gank. Maybe Malphite playing for some vision and playing. Okay, Malphite playing very, very aggressive in that top side.
Oh, absolutely. It does look like Elise is going in for a gank on the Akali. She misses a stun, but
Oh, it seems like Akali is. Woo! It was a bit
Akali's
scary.
hurt.
Kali could have very well died there.
Yorick sending
dust.
Maiden
That
and
dust. Oh
the
my
little
goodness.
creatures after Malphite.
A little bit of a play from Tristana, and now it's kind of chilling in the river, but
Rivera is coming up through mid. Is he going to go towards top?
not very. Wait.
Are they both going towards top?
Oh, are we just gonna? Oh, are they gonna tower dive this Malphite? This poor Malphite. I mean, you have the slow pushed wave with Yorick.
Looks like they're going to try and set up for Rift Herald.
Yeah,
which
definitely set up for Rift Herald. If they get a
spawns
kill,
5.
they get a kill on Malphite and also set up for Rift Herald, that would be a nasty.
The little
combo.
York creatures are doing so much
Oh,
damage
it's so
to
annoying.
Malphite.
But here we go. Now we have Point Park, and they're going for that Rift. And honestly, it's going to be Point Park's Rift Herald. I do not see Boston just stepping in or messing with that at all. Tristana left in
Absolutely.
lane for more XP for her. 3-0 by the way. Has a pickaxe and noob quiver. That's
Halfway
dangerous.
to Kraken Slayer or
Yep.
Gale Force.
Definitely in this type of game.
Probably
I
gonna be a
would.
Kraken Slayer, but
Yeah,
like,
could be Kraken Slayer,
who
but
knows? There might be another curveball in the game.
could be Gale Force. I mean, just because of how fed they are. So depends. And
Yorick is jumping on the mouth fight, but not physically, with Mist Maiden. Akali is engaging on the Galio, but Galio has enough health bar that it's not doing anything.
doesn't really matter. And I think this is why this Galio pick was so good for Akali, because Akali can hit the little mechanics where you have to press 50 buttons to do damage, but they end up just evenly trading at the end. And now we have Lost Testament
Us.
for Galio.
Yep. Swain seems to know that Nautilus is in that bush.
That was going to be a nasty hook.
He does get the EW off onto Nautilus, but Nautilus is tanky. That doesn't mean anything to him.
Pace is pretty relaxed right now between both teams. They're just trying to just clear waves, get XP, get online. But I want to see this Yorick start to flush out a bit. So we have a minute and 50 until the Wind Drake is up. I mean, the Ocean Drake is up.
Which hopefully Point Park can get that one.
Oh yeah, definitely. They'll definitely get that one. Hopefully. If they don't, then I mean, that just leaves Boston playing safe and just playing for soul.
Yep. Nautilus ult on the Aphelios and the
Oh,
hook
the
going in.
devious
Galio
combo.
ult coming in as well.
Yep, and
Kaisex gets the kill.
Wow. And now Aphelios is dead. That will be his first death, but it will be the first death that matters as that goes to Tristana. So now Tristana looking very, very fed right now, 4-0.
Now I think they just leave that.
Oh my gosh, I
Drag
didn't
is
even
up in a
realize.
minute. Oh my, when did he get Rift
Didn't
Herald?
even realize that
Tier
Yorick was
1
up
top tower is gone.
there. 800 gold
Galio
for
taunting
Yorick.
the Akali, getting a hit off on her before she can do anything about it. He jumps in. Nautilus coming up as well.
Oh, and
Gets the
Nautilus
hook.
hits the hook.
Akali's
very
doing
huge.
her best to escape, but she thinks she can go in on the Galio.
Oh.
She does kill Highway, but Routes gets the kill.
Wow. What a play by Akali. I mean, Akali tried to make the best of the situation there, leaves with a kill, but ends up dying. And now you have Yorick. The split pushing master is at work now, close to wrapping
Just
his Hydra.
also taking Jarvan's camp.
Oh my goodness.
Malphite seems to know he's over there, has a bit of an idea that he's over there, but he's gone. Nothing for Malphite left. How unfortunate.
It's absolutely depressing.
But there goes
I
your
cannot
little
stop
creatures.
yawning. Oh my gosh. Now it is a 3K gold difference between Point Park and Boston. Dragon is up now though. Malphite could Sally to make a play here.
Yeah, he does have teleport up, and Yorick does not. Nautilus gets a hook off on Swain. Swain jumps in with the ult, and Aphelios gets the kill on Ribeiro.
And now the Swain.
And Swain gets Tristana shut down. That is unfortunate.
Wow.
Aphelios gets a double kill, taking out Routes.
That Swain ult made so much space for Boston right there, and that's gonna be.
Swain ult just does so much damage as well. Like it's not pleasant.
And now we have Malphite just
Trying his best to hold off on
Struggling.
Kakid.
struggling against Kakid.
But it does look like Boston is going to get Ocean Drake. Which, pretty unfortunate.
And now that's second Drake for Boston. And now ideally they could just play for Soul. They could stop with fighting, could just relax for a bit, play for Soul. You have Nautilus now.
Well, hopefully if
The
they play for
ult's
Soul, we can just
J4.
get... Oh, wow. Nautilus
wait.
is just going in on Aphelios.
Nautilus is definitely.
No, that's not Aphelios, that's Jarvan. Their color schemes are too similar in this game. I can't tell who's who.
And Jarvan gets out of there by the skin of his teeth. But now Akali.
Elise just jumps on the Akali,
Overextended
does
a
so
little
much
bit.
damage, but Akali does do a lot
Wow.
of damage to Elise
Oh,
and
wow.
gets the kill.
Akali still gets the kill. That's just wrong.
Highway is still here with Galio.
Well, some very nice gameplay from Akali. Just
Akali is
mechanics.
staying as well. J4 is right there, but he is recalling. If Akali goes in on this, I think that maybe Highway can get this.
Definitely. Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Right now, Aphelios has the one gun I can't remember the name of.
Aphelios has Gale Force now, though, so that
That's
makes him
true.
really, really dangerous.
Ooh, and Jarvan has Gore Drinker.
Yep. And
That's a little scary.
Drinker.
But off of this back highway, just got Everfrost.
Jarvan has been playing like really. Has been playing very, very solid. Yeah, it doesn't have kills, but has those 6 assists, which.
Yorick is full on
Malphite
engaging on a Malphite, sending Mist Maiden, sending the little creatures.
Yeah, it's app, and Malphite is just walking into the. It's unfortunate.
Oh.
I believe Malphite.
I feel bad for him.
Almost dead. Malphite's.
Elise is
Oh, yeah,
coming
Malphite's
up
dead.
around the corner as well.
Wow, and Malphite had the
And
ulti
Akali
on it.
is engaging onto Galio. Ribeiro is coming up as Nautilus, but unfortunately J4 was shortly behind and was able to ult onto Highway. But Ribeiro goes in on J4. Elise is right there. Jarvan dashes to his other flag to escape the stun.
And now we're setting up for Rift Herald. Point Park has Pyro over Rift Herald right now. Could possibly go for Rift Herald.
I think Aki's just gonna try and kill Malphite.
It's harassment. It's borderline harassment. This top lane.
They're
It's just-
bullying this poor man. But you know what? That's what he gets for taking Kakit's comfort pick.
honestly,
They stole his Malphite, so they'll steal his life.
honestly, I'm giving them superpowers right now since it's my birthday. Like that's why.
For real.
That's why they're playing us so solid. You know, I have a certain aroma that I have. Here we go. Where Point Park is getting a Rift Herald
They're
right now.
trying to at least. They're
Yeah,
pulling
trying
him
to.
back into the
It's so
lane.
annoying.
That's kind of funny. It looks like they did kind of scare us off of the Herald, but it doesn't look like they're going to take it, despite the
Kali's
fact that
very
they did
strong
that.
right now. 4-1.
I think they're going to try and take mid tower.
York just not building boots. What an absolute maniac he is. And Akali looking to make
Akali just jumping around.
trying to
She's
make
going
a
to
play.
try and go for Tristana. Galio comes back up. He goes in on Akali.
Oh, and
There's a
Akali's
bomb
dead,
on her,
yep.
and Kaisex gets the shutdown. Tristana jumps back on the Swain, but Swain ult. As long as they can stay out of that, they'll be fine. Let the ult run out, and it's gone.
But now Tristana has shutdown gold on Akali, which that means more gold for Tristana, which
It's
means
also
closer
5-1.
Infinity Edge. We're
Yep.
getting close to seeing Tristana Infinity Edge, and I can't wait. And now Malphite trying to do a little bit of a split push. Yorick is just taking Rift Herald by himself, like just does not care at all, and he gets the Rift Herald as well.
As he should. Looks like he's going to try and take that top lane, try and take that tier 3
Oh, he's gonna
tower.
end the game by himself. I just wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, absolutely.
Alright, here we go, and still even in CS, for the
We
most
got
part,
Hex
actually.
Tech Drake up in 55 seconds.
Believe the third drag. Wow. I honestly could just not tell you about the yawning. I am just so sorry to the viewers. But now this could be third Drake for Boston, but Point Park is definitely going to make sure to get at least one Drake.
I just hope we don't give them soul.
Definitely. I mean, giving them third Drake would be pretty dangerous.
Especially, it's going to be a Hex Drake. Aphelios with Hex Drake.
But exactly.
Kind of spooky.
Yeah, definitely.
You're not gonna lie.
A lot of damage. But they could be risky and give up the third dragon to possibly get other objectives, but it doesn't seem like that's.
It's definitely possible. I don't think that's our best play.
It seems
It
like that
might actually
be
be
the
them
play.
at best play now that I looked at the entire team is there. They can take mid tower off of that.
If York can split push, yep.
Yep.
If Point Park can push, they can get a lot of gold off of these objectives.
Tristana just taking mid tower. Akali jumps
notices,
in
no one
after
realizes.
Tristana.
No one realizes the Yorick. No one sees the Yorick.
He spawns the Rift
I don't know
Herald.
what's happening. Oh my gosh, and he spawns Rift Herald that it could
They
be.
take the turret. Looks like they're
Yeah,
going to get in
possibly,
him
man.
next. So they're trying to
And
stop
they
their
all get
backs.
Akali from stopping back. Oh my goodness. And see like that could be
Rift
possibly.
Herald doesn't get.
Oh, and he gets the hit on the tower! Oh, he gets the tower! He got the tower! Oh my gosh!
Do we get tier 2? Do we get no? Swain ulted. Stay out of the ult. Stay out of the ult.
Kaki
He
playing
flashes
absolutely insane.
Is he still alive?
That's a fed Tristana, but you're not doing anything.
Tristan gets the kill on
Oh my
Swain.
goodness.
They exhausted Akali so she can't chase after them.
Wow. As you can see, Akali just trying to just get greedy for the kills, but does not get any kills. And now Boston is left with 1 kill on York, but at the cost of their entire lane. Oh, wow. Seems like Elise might be dead here. Yep.
Yep.
That's
But
going to be a kill.
look, we have 1 Nexus tower, and it's not 20 minutes yet.
Wow.
I have never seen that happen in a game before. That is impressive.
It's definitely going to be it's going to be a little bit of a double-sided blade because Point Park did get the inhib very early, so I give super minions
Really
to
early.
Boston to possibly get a little bit more farm to kind of come back. But the snowball, it seemed like it's not stopping. Point Park is just playing very solid. The only thing that they're missing, I mean, is dragons, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised.
Nautilus gets the hook off on Akali.
goodness.
Galio comes in, taunts the Akali.
Like Akali is. Oh,
It does look like she gets away, but at
Wow.
what cost? She's very hurt, and York is
York.
taking bot tower.
oh my goodness. It's,
Man doesn't even have hull breaker yet, and he's just annihilating all of these turrets.
and York with swift boots. I mean, you have that movement speed to just
He's just-
zoom around.
He's running around taking towers where he can. Looks like he's going to try and still push up the bot tower.
Point Park is going to go for Baron, and with Yorick in bot side, I mean, you have to pay attention to this Yorick.
It
You
looks
can't
like the
leave him be.
entire team is going to be trying to go after that
Yep.
York right now. We got Jarvan down there. We got Malphite coming down. Akali's already down there.
But so much time is wasted on the York, and Point Park is going to get that Baron, which that makes York so much more stronger when it comes to split pushing ability. But here
What
we
is
go.
happening with the camera?
Not very sure what's happening with the camera round, but Point Park is getting Baron, and they get Baron, which is huge right now.
York is still in, but nobody came up to
Oh my
contest that. It's
goodness.
like they didn't even, they didn't know they were there.
Yeah, York.
They were more focused on that York in the
Yeah.
bot lane. Like, we gotta stop York from pushing. It's like, okay, well, we'll get Baron.
York has so much farm now, and just
And now
Look at that.
York has the super minions. Akali is just not able to survive those hits. Malphite and Swain are taking up in the mid tower, but
good trade of
you know, it's what can you do
trade, I
about that?
guess.
York recalls to go back top lane again.
Oh my goodness! So now York is really gonna try. Oh, and now York is gonna really try to just take this game over in the top lane. Could see possibly maybe another 1v3 like he did last game, but we're not sure.
Next drag is up in a minute 30. That's going to be soul point for, well, it is soul point for
Yep.
Boston.
Point Park is. I'm pretty sure that Point Park is definitely gonna fight for this one.
Or maybe we can distract them with York again. They're trying to all in on Nautilus right
Dumping
now.
everything in the Nautilus.
Completely ignoring the York that's walking down towards their bot tower. They
Oh.
do kill Ribeiro, and it looks like they're gonna look at York now.
Could be possible soul point for Boston, which is not good. York is backing. Aphilio's paying attention to the top lane super minions that are coming on, so
Yeah, they've been neglecting top lane. Our minions have just been pushing.
you almost have to, because I mean, if you have soul point, yes, there's super minions going into your base, but that's soul.
Elise and Akali are engaging on each other. Galio is coming in with the ult on
Wow.
top of the Akali. Tristan is coming in as well.
Kali. Oh, and that's gonna be one
Kha'Zix
from
gets
one.
the kill.
Elise is dead, but Akali's dead as well. So this is gonna be really weird. Now it's gonna be an all-out brawl out for the Dragon, but you have to put some emphasis on the Jarvan, on the J4.
You
Since Jarvan.
also gotta look at York. Look at him up there.
Oh my
I
goodness.
can see him on the minimap.
And
I
I know.
can see him plotting.
And look, Malphite is, he knows what he has to do. He wants to be there for the soul point, but they know that York is literally trying to end the game.
Is he gonna end the game?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. York,
Oh my god.
he gets the
He
tower.
gets the tower. Nexus is open.
It's an open Nexus right now, and that is going to be the chance that gives Point Park.
We're gonna
With the
get
dragon.
Hex Drake off of that.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Just York
That's it, we
absolutely
got
just
dragon.
taking over.
Oh my god, that was insane.
Now that is an open Nexus. Kaki just playing unreal right
mind
now.
games on them.
He's just playing, playing League, pushing up the waves, You see no one's gonna contest you, then we just keep pushing up the waves, minding your own business. So this is just crazy play from Kaki. Just, I mean,
I am in shock and awe.
yeah. Because, I mean, that's really all to say. It's just amazing gameplay. But now we're going to get back to farming. Boston's farming. Point Park is farming. And the next objectives that's going to be up in like 2 minutes and 45 seconds. But the game could be over by then. We're not sure. Akali split pushing against Yorick. I don't think that would be a good person to match it.
No. Akali's not the person to match that. Yorick melts her health bar.
Yeah. Definitely, since Malphite has Frozen Heart and Frostborn Gauntlet, I would probably like, yo, Malphite, match the split piece. But the fact that no one is matching the Yorick split is why it's making it so hard for Boston to kind of just to go for these objectives.
Well, I feel like they really don't know how to match his split.
This is true. It's very, very true. As you can see, a lot of communication going on between both teams. You have the Yorick, and Yorick could possibly 1v2 here. It depends.
I could see it happening. At least he'll probably get the kill off on one of them, and it's probably going to be a Kali. We got the rest of the team up in top lane. It looks like we're going to try and just push that, try and run it down. It looks like Yorick's going to try and do something bot lane if we can't get anything done top.
My goodness. And here we go. Now we're fighting a little bit more in top side, but Yorick, I think, is trying to come back down the bot lane to make more plays here. And it looks like Nautilus.
We got the exhaust off on the Malphite, but everybody is jumping on Nautilus now.
And now you don't have.
And we have everybody on a Kali.
Oh, wow. Yep, and Akali is going to be dead. Yep.
Kha'Zix is on a rampage. He is 8-1.
A minute and 20 left until Baron is up. You have no Malphite ult, which that is going to be very,
you
very
have
important
Yorick pushing your bot towers
in. And Yorick is going to get the bot tower.
Oh, absolutely.
Now Yorick has Hullbreaker. Now you got to do something now, along with having that room page of having demolition.
Malphite is coming down towards him, but he still gets a tower.
Does not
Malphite and Aphelios are down here. They're probably going to kill him, but at what cost?
My goodness. Alrighty, and so Baron is coming up.
J4 is engaging onto Highway.
And J4...
That's J4 ult out of the game.
It's the Galio. I'm not sure. I mean, very solid play, but now you don't have that for Baron. Habatelli from Boss. Oh, my
gets
goodness,
the hook. Ralph gets the kill. That is Swain ult jumping on the Tristana. Highway comes down with Galio ult.
Wow, and a great Galio ult. Oh, and an amazing Malphite ult.
Gets Elise.
Wow.
They get Tristana, and they get Nautilus. They have aced us.
I'm seeing Nautilus. I'm not sure. Yes, Nautilus. I mean, not Nautilus. Yorick has Telly.
And there's a control ward in top bush.
There is a controller in top bush.
I want to see him teleport and just end it.
Not sure what the play is.
He could. Oh no, he's going bot.
But Boss could
definitely
tell. Boss could definitely tell that there's something fishy. And so they sent Akali and Jarvan back actually.
I don't know how it sent Jarvan back. That they have it. Jarvan has a smite. Oh, well, I guess at least up for another 2 seconds. So I mean, maybe it was a good play.
Very solid play. I mean, the team was wiped for a good minute there, and so we're getting into that type of game where it's at nearing 27 minutes. These spawn timers, they're going to get longer as the game progresses. So it's going to be very hard. It's going to be very important to play your life here.
It looks like we have Hex Dragon up in 53 seconds. I think that
definitely going to fight for Hex Dragon. Yorick is going to maybe split push or actually
teleport top.
Or actually be in this team fight. We're not really sure. I mean, do we really want to give Soul?
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest with
Akali is starting to take over. Akali's starting to hit really, really hard in these team fights, starting to finish these kills.
Aphelios is still popping off. We got Yorick in the top lane right there. What I think we need a backdoor. Maybe I'm just biased and I just want to see the Nexus explode. I'm going to see as well.
But it will be good to see a backdoor because, I mean, Boston has Baron and Prattily has Soul, but very good play by Boston. They sent Malphite back to deal with the Yorick, and yeah, this just seems, it seems like uncontestable. So now Boston's going to sit with...
they sent Akali up with him just in
case. Yep. Got to be careful. As you can see that Yorick is already doing a little bit of damage to the Malphite. trying to.
Oh,
Well, they tried to stop the back, but it's gonna happen.
they have gotten Hex Soul.
Oh, they have Hex Soul, so the wow, only chance now is the Elder Drake. I believe the Elder Drake is going to be what seals this game in the bag, honestly. But here we go. We have Yorick on Akali out in the top lane. We have here a little bit
Screaming out there.
of screaming going on. I'm not.
Honestly, every time I can hear them scream, I get so much more anticipation for what's about to happen.
Well, yeah, like what's really gonna happen? But it's so weird though because I mean, Boston has Soul, and
Oh my god, they did it again.
is that game? Oh,
We're back.
all right, we're back. Sorry for that, but here we go. We're back in the game, and we have Yorick now pushing up in this top side against this Akali. Yorick, oh my goodness, and has the lethality now. Oh, and is going to all in on the Akali, and so
Akali
much
runs
damage
out.
from Yorick right now.
Akali is just running back and forth, and everybody is engaging on New York right now. We have the entire team up in the top lane,
Just 5 stacking in the top lane.
completely oblivious to the fact that we have the rest of our team in the mid lane.
And York is still lingering in that top side, but he's probably going to come back down.
He has teleport still.
This is true. Wow. This is it's a very intense game. It's so hard. So hard of this. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to even.
So
It's
I'm
scary
laughing
for
so
Boston.
much.
It's like it's very scary for Boston because you're trying to play the game, but also you have to keep track of this York. You
you
can't let him
leave
do
him
anything.
be. You
The
can't.
York is now level 17, and so kill count is a bit weird. I'd even notice that it's a 19 to 10, but
We're winning.
Point Park is winning. I mean that's the perfect embodiment of.
That's what I said. Kills don't get you towers. Did I word that differently the first time? It's.
I mean, you know, the viewers got it, so I mean
Yeah,
that's
they
all that
know what I'm
matters.
trying to say. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm
Elder
excited.
Dragon.
I'm excited.
Elder Dragon is up in 3 minutes. Out the vision. York is still top lane. J4 now is split pushing by himself, and they're playing relatively towards bot side, but now they're 4 stacking in mid.
York is still just running it down on the top lane.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Swain pulls Nautilus closer to them.
Malphite
Malphite
ult.
jumps in.
Yeah,
Looks
the
like
Galio
Swain
ult.
got the kill on Ribeiro.
Oh wow!
And Afelio's got the kill on Tristana. And okay, they kind of won that, but
They're
not
backing
fucking
backing instantly to take care of this York. They don't want any.
It's over.
goodness.
It's over.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
They
Oh no, it's over.
they didn't care.
It's
about the
over.
York. They didn't care.
They
about the
didn't.
York.
They didn't respect the Yorick. They didn't respect him. Oh wow! Wow, you hate to see it. Oh, that's gotta be irritating. That's tilting. That's honestly tilting. Who would have thought the York pick would be like? Oh my gosh, would be so lethal. Like
Oh my god.
I'm tilted. I'm slamming my desk if that happens to me. That's irritating.
I would cry.
Oh, that's so.
They didn't care about him. They just forgot he was
That's
there. I
despair.
guess.
That's just
How
despair.
come you can't do that. with
That's
a
despair.
York?
You gotta put some respect on the York. But I mean, again, we keep saying put respect on the York, but York is level 17, has 4 items, going
He's
onto
like,
Eclipse.
he was like
It's-
0-4, I think.
Yeah, it's 0-4 against a
like-
Malphite that was like 5-0. Had a bounty on him, but I mean, you can't do anything when he's split pushing. I mean, they had Boston had a really good team fight beforehand, but no one paid attention to the York. It's just.
They thought they had it when they almost aced us. They were like, yeah, let's
Oh my
run it down
gosh.
mid. Let's go get bot tower.
It's
And then New
ridiculous.
York was just like sauntering up into the
Yeah.
base like,
Yeah, literally. Yep, I'm here.
I'm here.
but
I've arrived.
but wow. That will conclude our schedule today. I think it was a great time. A lot of
think it was a
content
good
with League.
time.
It was a fun time. A lot of League. I would definitely be playing League until 4 a.m. You should do the same, honestly, if you want to, it's a little bit of a motivational thing. But I hope everyone has a great spring break. If you don't have spring break, you know, you're just living in the world, then have a great day. And so we'll get back to you. We have Valorant coming up in March. It should be in the following week of March, I believe. Yes, this March. And so I said this March. That's so funny. But yeah, this month
Yes, this March.
Valorant season will be starting. So please just be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for our socials. We'll be updating that.
Late March.
Late March.
I think it's
Okay.
late March.
Then late March. And so but keep up with our socials. We have a lot of content, a lot of things that we're gonna be putting out during spring break and also just throughout the week. And so yeah. It was a lot of fun. And so this was from yours truly, Ricky and
Gail.
so yeah, we will catch you on the flip side, man.
Bye bye.
Bye.